Hey everyone, you're listening to the official podcast of 4playernetwork.com. Check us out at that address for everything you need to know about our community, monthly giveaways, and nightly live streams. You can even support us on Patreon at patreon.com/4player. And last but not least, you can catch the live recordings of these podcasts every single Thursday night on our Twitch channel. We hope to see you there. Enjoy. Welcome to 4Player Podcast. This is episode 600.
Hundo!
600.
6 hundies.
A 4Player Podcast.
That's
it is
a big number.
It's a big number.
Makes
Also,
you stop and think what we're even doing with our lives.
I mean, I feel like we say that every 100 episodes. Feel like it's been 500 episodes. What are we doing with our life? We're talking about video games, okay? It is May 7th, 2019. My name is Nick Henderson, and to my right is Brad Simons.
Yo. Yo.
There we go. Nolan Hedstrom.
How's it going, everybody?
Christopher Guthridge.
Yo!
And Christopher Davis on the fifth mic.
Hello?
Is it on?
Hello?
It was on the first time.
I'm so confused. I feel like this is the
You're
great...
You're open.
Don't worry, Chris Davis. Neither do I. Anyways, welcome to the 600 episode, guys. We're doing something a little bit different tonight. Not too different, but it is about a month from E3 2019. And of course, we start to get excited around this time. So we're doing our prediction show.
Not just that. I want to specifically say
By all means.
that every fucking year, starting at about this time, about a month before E3, all the shit starts leaking. Mm-hmm. You know, publishers get all gun shy and just start.
Walmart
it's all drippy.
starts posting games on their website.
Yeah,
Walmart Canada getting nuts.
Yep.
Walmart, Best Buy, all start getting, you know.
Right?
You know, and not just that, but you see publishers go, you know, fuck it, you know, we're gonna get drowned out if we announce at E3. Let's just announce like a couple weeks before, you know. That shit happens too. And then people go to Judges Week and you find out about that stuff, you know.
What is Randy Pitchford going to do between now and E3?
Dude, who the fuck knows?
Steal more money and beat up more people.
Who the fuck knows?
Randy Pitchford burned down my house. I didn't want to talk about this before. But he came to my house and plugged in 1 billion toasters.
Anyways, like Brad said, we're going to try and get ahead of some of the leaks and stuff, and we're going to actually talk about our predictions, our thoughts for the show this year. As you know, the show is a bit different this year. This is a strange year because Sony, who has very often been kind of like the tentpole like presence at E3.
They've always been pretty much the best thing there.
Yeah, I mean,
for the most part.
If I'm being totally honest, it's
Last
usually
few years at least,
it's been my favorite thing at E3 every year. So they've announced that they're not going to actually have a presence at the show this year, which is a real bummer, which pretty much leaves Microsoft and Nintendo to pick up the slack. It actually kind of makes me wonder like what the show floor is even going to be, because like there's 2 whole halls they gotta fill. Mm-hmm. And I always know that the first party hall is always, you know, pretty packed, but you take out one of those completely and it's kind of like, what do you fill
I know
the
what
rest
it's going
of
to
it
be.
with?
Lots
What are you talking
and
about?
lots of teledildonics.
Oh, I was going to say Fortnite. But I bet
I mean, what's the
that's
difference?
they're launching
definitely
new
a possibility.
teledildonic features in Fortnite.
Oh, of course.
It's called Fort Skin Night.
You know, E3
Try
changes.
this model. It's called the Tilted Tower.
E3, you know, remember the one year we went to E3 and there was the porn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
VR?
I vividly remember.
Yeah, I think we all
What
do.
was that? It was like
That dark corner of the
it was called
place.
like American Porn. What was it called?
Oh God, what was it?
Great American Porn.
I'm Italian apparently.
That's surprised he's Italian.
I'm surprised that more of you aren't talking about Days Gone this week. I figured
Me?
a lot of
What?
y'all.
I'm pretty sure Nick's the only one playing
I feel like I thought a bunch of y'all were hyped for Days Gone. Where did everybody go?
Don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it, Brad. I'm gonna take your microphone away.
Where'd they go, Brad? Brad, what happened?
it. Brad, I don't think this was a surprise. I don't think this was a surprise to anybody.
Days go.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, Green Goddamn. It was Naughty America. It was E3.
Naughty
Yes.
America.
Naughty America.
Dude, I had to walk the length of the show floor with the CEO of Naughty America.
No. You had to walk the girth.
Yes,
of
the
show
length
floor.
and the girth.
Um,
And he was just talking at me the whole time. He's
know-
like, "Can you show me where this other place is?" And I was like, "Okay."
E3 is such a weird thing now, and to be honest, I was actually considering not going this year. It turns out I caved and I decided I'm going. I'm going with Chris Davis. We're gonna do on the day before E3 though. Before we leave,
Romantic.
we're still gonna do our. We're gonna get together here in the room like we did last year on press conference day. Watch the press conferences together, the ones that are on Sunday at least, and talk about them. Probably record a podcast. So there'll still be plenty of stuff to discuss then. But like I said, Sony's not gonna be there, which is probably the biggest wild card here. We are going to talk about Sony tonight, even though they're not going to be there, because chances are they're probably still going to do a pretty high profile, like
They'll do
state of
something.
play,
They
Sony
have
Direct.
to. I mean, it would be crazy for them not to.
Yeah,
They're gonna stream it live during the Microsoft conference.
I bet it's gonna be like a week before.
Oh no, it'll definitely be before. They're gonna get their hype out before everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, the point is, even though they're not going to have a presence there, there's still probably going to be some exciting stuff coming from Sony or being shown by Sony that's worth talking about. And of course, we're expecting probably before the end of the year, they're going to have some kind of, PlayStation Experience event of their own, I'm guessing, because we're already starting to hear rumblings of the PlayStation 5. So I don't think E3 is going to be the time they're going to announce that necessarily.
Rumble.
But
Do you think the PlayStation 5 will be like 4 layers?
4 layers?
Yeah, because like the PS4 has like the 3
Oh,
layers and just keep stacking it up.
Maybe. What happens when they get... Oh,
I don't think.
fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Mark Cerny coming out and saying, "Hey, these are the specs," is more than just rumbling.
You're right. That is...
Oh no,
That is straight up.
Yeah.
There is information out there about the PlayStation 5, so I'm sure we'll be hearing about more of that before the end of the year. Not necessarily think it's going to be E3, but we're probably going to see stuff like the lab. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about first-party stuff, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. We're going to talk about our predictions for all the third-party stuff. We're going to be hearing from some of our supporters on Patreon and Twitch, and people in the community with their predictions for E3. So we'll do that later in the show. Before we do that, a couple things. First of all, I want to wish Brad a happy birthday.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
Yay.
guys.
Happy birthday, Brad.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for all the
to Brad.
sweet gentlemen
26 years young.
who
Where's your beer, Brad? Yeah. There we
who
go.
sent me lovely Steam gifts yesterday, including Chris Davis. And Green
What did
Plus
Chris
and
Davis get you?
Pocop. He got me a hat and time. Pocop got me Shenmue 1 and 2.
Ooh.
Damn.
Wait, have you not? You didn't have Shenmue 1 and 2?
Why?
Have you played those?
Huh? I've never played more than like half an hour of Shenmue because it seemed really bad. But I've been curious because
People seem to like it.
Because Shenmue 3.
Because I mean, honestly, because Aris liked it, and I thought maybe I'd like it.
right.
That's the real truth.
Well, maybe
But-
we'll find out on a future episode
Yeah.
if you ended up liking it. But yeah, happy birthday, Brad. And also, I feel like there was something else. I was going to mention. So we recorded on Saturday. We did our Avengers Endgame spoiler cast. I'm still I'm tweaking the audio a little bit because it's a little uneven. So, and I was really lazy on Sunday, so I didn't get it done. I'm gonna get that up hopefully tonight when I get this podcast posted as well. I'm just gonna skip the Patreon accessibility, like 24-hour early access thing, and just send it straight out to people. So I'll be getting that up tonight. And so if you've seen Avengers Endgame, we're gonna have our spoiler cast out very soon. You should check that out. We had a lot of fun talking about it.
Was I too loud?
Yeah, but that's mostly it's just in comparison to us, and it's mostly because the way it was recording is your direct input versus our.
I tried to get it even, but yeah.
Don't worry, I think I can fix a lot of that in post. And
We only started like 50 minutes late.
Yeah, we were running a little bit behind. But anyways, we got that recorded. We'll get that out to you as soon as we can. So that was fun. Anyways, let's jump into it. I want to be excited about E3 by the time this show is over because I am going, and I would like to be excited when I go.
That would be optimal.
That would be optimal, yes.
Well,
I don't want to get off the
What is
plane.
that, like 4 weeks?
Something like that.
5
Yeah,
weeks?
mid-June is when it is. So what was? Yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
you-
close. 4 weeks.
Nick, where the first place is that you're going to get super excited? The first place to get you hyped for the first company that will get you hyped about E3?
Oh fuck! I need to read feedback.
Microsoft feedback.
Sorry.
There you go.
Sorry, you're right. Thank you, Chris Davis.
Love that
for
E3
bringing this to my
feedback.
attention. I wanted to read feedback from last
Feedback.
week. God, I'm a terrible host. You think I'd be better at this after 600 episodes, but I'm not. I'm terrible. Anyways, we'll get to the E3 predictions in a minute. First, I want to read some feedback from our last show. Live at the Milky Way says, "Thank you, Nick, for telling the story about the Star Wars trailer playing before Avengers Endgame. I'm trying my best to avoid it. I had no idea it's been showing in theaters. I guess that means I'll catch Endgame at Redbox eventually, because it looks like I'm not going to the movie theater until 2020. Wait,
the fuck?
Okay, first of all,
You don't
First of all-
have to sit. You can just wait for the trailers to be over.
first of all, just show up a few minutes late to the movie, or just get up and walk out of the theater if you don't want to see it, or just plug
go
your
like
ears.
la 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 la
That
la
is,
la la.
I feel like it's a pretty extreme. That's coming from me.
Spoilers for that Star Wars trailer. Nothing really happens for like the first 40 seconds of the trailer.
Yeah, it gives you plenty of time to stand
Like
up and
literally,
walk out.
like nothing happens in the first 40 seconds.
I would say go see Avengers Endgame in theaters, because that would be a terrible movie if you're excited, especially if you're excited to see Avengers Endgame. It would be a terrible movie to skip seeing in theaters. He goes on to say, "It's been so hard to avoid that freaking teaser. It's all over YouTube and sidebar ads. I even went to Star Wars Celebration in Chicago and still
God.
managed to avoid it."
You went to...
Why? First of all, why would you go to Star Wars Celebration and not watch the trailer?
They like Star Wars, but they don't want to get spoiled.
They like Star Wars so much they don't want to see Star Wars.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm going to be
They like
honest.
being
Like,
around Star Wars fans.
the biggest attraction at Star Wars Celebration is always
just
the
into
actual panel where they show the
cultures.
trailer for the next Star Wars movie, right?
Well, hey, to you.
I'm pretty sure that's a fact.
Spoiler culture has gone too far.
Anyways, he says, that is until the pre-show of various other panels where they were like, "So how about that trailer? How about so-and-so from the trailer?" That was frustrating. I guess they figure if you were there, then you aren't avoiding anything. So I ended up... Well, that's right. They probably do assume
I
that.
don't know
So I ended
why
up
they did
finding
that.
out plot-related things I didn't want to, but at least I haven't seen anything from the film or heard the trailer yet. That's still
But
valuable.
like, what
Crispy's
plot-related
about to pop.
things
I still
were
know
in
nothing
that
about the plot of
trailer?
that movie.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's a lie. I do know that
Listen.
it takes place in space.
Listen, you consume your media however you want. That is your right. But, like, when you stop caring, you will find that you are truly free.
I feel like Crispy's been hanging out with Carlos too much. 'Cause
That's kind of where Star Wars is at right now, right?
Yeah.
When you stop caring,
Yeah.
you're truly
Yeah,
free.
didn't you watch the movie?
guys,
man?
since we're talking about Star Wars,
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads
do
to
you know
suffering.
do you know what I did on May the 4th?
I don't want to know.
I watched 2 of the prequel movies.
I'm sorry for your
Well,
loss.
I was watching them in
Which
order.
two?
Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god! I was.
Why
I was,
would you do that?
Well, first of all, I was thinking to myself,
Fuck you, Nick.
maybe
Wow.
it's been like 10 years. Maybe I was being a little too harsh on these movies.
You
I-
weren't.
No, it's
Oh
fine.
my god,
It's fine. It's not going to hurt you to watch a bad movie.
they're bad.
But they're bad.
They're very bad.
They're so bad. Attack of the Clones is
The worst,
the worst Star Wars
How-
movie ever
how-
committed to film.
How about little Anakin's acting?
dude. Oh my god. How about any of the acting? Nobody in that movie.
Dude, think about that.
How about the Racist Trade Federation?
Yeah. Or the racist Gungans. Think about the fact that, like, pretty much anybody who was new to those movies, like, being in those movies ruined their lives.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard horror stories about the guy who played Jar Jar and
What
like
about
what he
Natalie
did to his-
Portman in those
Ahmed
movies?
Best.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
Natalie Portman, you can almost like see it in her face every time she's delivering like in a scene. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. That's what it feels
Is
like.
she a bad actress?
No, but like in that movie, she can't.
You can
She was
see-
given bad direction.
You
Dude.
can see her in the Thor movies going like, "Oh God, it's Star Wars
Okay.
again!" No,
I am not saying Natalie Portman is a bad actress, but there are actors who can act with a bad director giving them bad direction and
That's
still
true.
do
That's
much
true.
better
That's true.
than what Natalie Portman did.
Sure.
But I think I'm
that's-
fairly certain that George
That's a weird
Lucas was like, wait, Natalie,
thing to say.
do it a little bit worse for me, please.
My aggravation.
Little less effort.
Wait, real quick, Chris Davis.
up?
What's
My
up?
aggravation, Nick, is that Saturday wasn't just May the 4th.
Oh no!
It was also the 20th anniversary of the release of The Mummy in theaters, and you
Was
chose to
it?
watch the fucking Star Wars prequels.
I told you this in Discord.
That is a better
Robin
movie.
was out of town, so I chose to watch Star Wars. I've seen The Mummy probably 10 times in
Hey,
a year, so I'm
you and
good.
Robin are Brendan Fraser fans, though, right?
I mean, considering
Yes.
Who's
sure,
not?
yes.
You guys should watch Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol.
Oh, I've heard
He's
that.
in that.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, I will take that. I will take
He
that.
plays
as a rec-
Robot Man.
All right,
And Doom Patrol
Doom
is fucking
Patrol.
awesome.
When I was getting that fucking art we gave to Chris Davis signed, that was the dude, the artist for, I guess, Doom Patrol at the time. Is he still the artist?
Oh yeah.
Gerard Way was the artist before. No, wait.
No, the dude You had said you had a Doom Patrol comic that you wanted me to get signed for you.
Oh. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's how I know what
Not
Doom
Yes.
Patrol
but
is.
yeah.
In the name of Harmon knows it, so watch Monkey Bone. Like
Yeah,
Brendan
we
Fraser.
watched a Blast from the Past.
Blast
recently.
from the Past.
That's
is
a great
good.
movie.
What's the one with the one with him and Elizabeth Hurley? Is that Monkey Bone?
But no, it's Bedazzled.
No, that's
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
There you go.
I saw that in theaters.
Yeah. Anyway, that's an aside. Also,
The best
one
Brendan
last thing-
Fraser movie is Encino Man.
One last thing about those Star Wars prequels. Holy fuck, there is not a single shot in those movies that is not filmed in front of a green screen. Like, there is a scene in a library, and the background is a fucking green screen
Well, Nick,
shot.
where were
To
they
be
going to
fair-
get that many books?
It's a space library.
God! It's so bad. Yeah, I
a
still
space
gotta make
I'm-
it through Revenge of the Sith, and
I'm
then I'm
fairly
good.
certain the scene in little Anakin's bedroom was not CG.
I can also not tell you how grating that whole, like, 30 minutes of them romping around in the fields pretending to fall in love was.
Oh
like,
my
that
God.
was so bad.
This
I'm
is
so
such
sorry.
a timely conversation.
I'm so
Let's
sorry.
talk shit about the Titanic. Oh man, what was Billy Zane doing?
That thing.
What are you talking about? Billy Zane was turning in a career-defining performance.
He was pretty.
He
good
was
at it.
amazing in that movie.
He was pretty good.
All right.
I do
Next,
like Billy
Can you scroll
Zane.
down, Chris Davis? Next comment. Nick, stop playing Days Gone. Its days are numbered. Oh, fuck off. He also says, did you get a chance to play Persona 5? I do. I did
question.
listen to the beginning of our show last week, or I did say, fuck it, I'm going to try and play Persona 5 this weekend. Didn't happen. I just played a lot of Days Gone.
Nice.
Sorry.
Look at this Nick guy over here playing Days Gone. Oh, all weekend. That's all he plays.
Dude, fucking Days Gone is so good.
Play a new game, Nick.
What did you play, Nolan?
What?
What did you play this past weekend?
Fucking Binding of Isaac.
Binding of Isaac.
You piece of shit. Chai Tai has our last comment of the night. Says, "Thanks, Lumi, for the question about what sounds you would be terrified to hear when you just woke up. See you at all at E3." I don't. Yeah, I'm concerned.
What were your answers to that?
Oh God.
Now this.
Well,
is
Brad
pod
did his weird
racing.
clown laugh, and that was terrifying. But there were quite a few other things that came up. Do you have an answer?
A sound that I would hate to hear.
When you just woke up, like in the middle of the night, you wake up and you're like, boom, there's a noise.
No, I mean, like, realistic answers would be like a dog going. Like, nothing wakes
Or-
you up faster than that.
My cat makes that noise a lot too.
Right, or like,
It'll be really creepy.
yeah.
Now this is podcasting.
Yeah.
It'll be really creepy.
That's pretty good. Sorry.
If you woke up and someone said, "Don't move."
Yeah, that would
You didn't
that would
know
be
the
it.
voice.
Well, even if you did know the voice, it's like, oh god.
I once woke up. This was a long time ago. When I was dating Ami, and I woke up middle of the night, and she was crying
I thought
hysterically.
you were gonna say when you were like living with me. I was like, what did I do?
It was the night we saw Paranormal Activity, and I was
Ah.
terrified. And she woke up in the middle of the night, and she was bawling. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I woke her up, and she's like, "Was I dreaming?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know."
Was I sleep crying again?
The sleep crying. I've never seen that
You were
before.
like,
It's
ah! Like, locked yourself in the closet.
Dude, that was not good
Yeah,
timing
locked
for
her in
that
the
at
closet.
all.
She
Anyways.
was sleep crying, sitting on the ground, facing the corner of the room.
Oh,
it was
God.
super spooky.
I mean, it's
Wait,
it is
do you,
weird.
do you
'cause
have
she
an
cries
unrealistic
blood.
answer? Chris?
Unrealistic. No, what? No, I like one time I was like almost asleep and I heard a sound that I thought for sure was my neighbor murdering his girlfriend.
Whoa!
Like shooting her, like pushing her on the ground and then like executing her with a gun. I thought that is exactly what happened, and I was fucking terrified.
You thought that's what you heard?
I thought that's what I
He
heard.
hears very well.
No, okay, because like
Thin
no,
walls.
No,
Very
no,
thin
you don't
walls.
understand. This was at the Metropolis, and those walls are paper thin, and I could hear them arguing like all through their apartment. And then they walked outside their front door, which was right next to my bedroom window.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they're
yeah,
right
yeah.
on the other side of my window, yelling at each other. And then I hear her she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like I hear him like push her on the ground. And then the next sound I hear is, boom! And I was like, and then it was like completely silent, and I was like,
Well, did she get murdered or what?
No, she didn't get murdered.
No, that-
My roommates were playing frisbee in the courtyard, and they hit my window with the frisbee.
Okay, I'm trying
Jesus Christ.
Okay, first of all, I'm trying to figure out what time of day that took.
Yeah, when were you waking up?
Oh no, this was like 10 o'clock at night or something. Like,
Just my roommates playing frisbee in the courtyard at 10
yeah,
o'clock
I mean,
at
they're a
night.
bunch of fucking degens.
Wait, so did the woman actually get pushed down, or
Yes, for sure. I
Just
mean, they
the
beat
frisbee hit came
each
with
other
the
up
perfect
all
time.
the time. time. I mean, they
okay.
were like drunk punk kids. Like they were bad.
Okay, so the frisbee hit just came at the right time.
Completely unrelated.
I was waiting to be like, so did she actually get murdered? He's like, oh yeah, totally.
No,
That's
for
exactly
sure.
what
She
happened.
was dead. But like the funny thing is I woke up and I was the only one in my apartment, so I was like super terrified. Like I crept to the front door and like I was gonna look out just to see what was going on, and I just knew it was just gonna be like me and him and like her dead body, and then he was gonna look up and see me and realize that I'm the only person that saw what happened, and then he was gonna come kill me. But that didn't happen, so
I'm really glad that didn't happen.
So after that, did you go play frisbee?
I did for a little bit.
Oh my god, that is a good story. All right, let's first of all, thank you very much for the feedback. Of course, if you want to chime in or say anything about our conversations we're about to have right now, you can leave us a comment on the post for this episode at 4playernetwork.com, and we'll read it and respond to it at the beginning of next week's show. Now, let's get to the E3 predictions, because that's what we're here to do. Brad, you were about to start us off before I forgot. Had to go back. Where did you want to start?
Micro's money sign off.
This
is gonna be- guys, this is gonna be so
money.
First of all, question.
They used to be real, man.
First of all, question. Do you think Sony not being there is giving Microsoft the drive to like this is our year. This is our chance to pick up the
Is
I mean,
Microsoft
they have to
on
have
the
that year.
floor this year, or are they doing that thing they did last year?
They were on the floor last year.
They were on the floor last year, weren't they?
No, remember
No,
they had
sorry, that was
they
2
had
years
that
ago.
thing
I wasn't
in
there.
the-
Oh, they were across the street.
Yeah,
at the,
they were in the
Nokia theater?
basketball.
Yeah. Oh
Place.
God, what is
No,
going to be on the floor? So
no,
they're back on the show
I'm pretty
floor.
sure they're back
Okay.
on the show. I mean, they have like an entire hall to themselves practically. I mean, they have Nintendo, and they can take up.
Atlas is over there.
Yeah, they're always
That is true. I mean, but you're right. But they essentially have all of the space that would have usually been filled up by Sony. So, do we think this is going to be that they're taking this as like this is our opportunity to like really shine and like steal the show this year, or are they just going to kind of bring it the way they usually bring
I
it?
think they're going to
Nintendo's
probably
over there
try and
too,
go.
right?
Nintendo's over there as well.
Okay, so we're talking about Sony.
Yes. No. I'm talking about Microsoft. Do we think Microsoft is going to just take this opportunity to like try and steal the show, or are they just going to bring what they usually?
I mean,
bring?
it's like the problem is you're saying they're going to try and steal the show, but they have no one to steal it from. Is the problem?
Wow.
I mean, besides, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're
It's
like
it's
stealing
their
the
game
show
to lose.
Stealing, yeah, exactly. Stealing the show is when someone shows something cool and then you fucking blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
The problem is them and Nintendo are the only ones who are physically there. Don't get me wrong. Sony's gonna do their own thing outside of E3,
which we'll talk about.
But yes, I do believe that Microsoft will try to go hard this year.
They
and
have
a big
to go.
thing-
They have to go hard because this is supposedly where next gen is going to be announced, and that needs to be a big deal for Microsoft. I'm sure it is a big deal for Microsoft.
I mean,
because the X-Bone was a little bit of a disappointment.
I mean, I will say this: their last two E3s have been pretty impressive as far as like their conference. Like their last two press conferences at E3 have been filled with game announcements.
Oh,
whether
yeah. Well,
whether
that's what
they're
they need to
exclusives
continue
or not.
doing. They need to continue just like it doesn't even matter if they're exclusives. You just like 2 years ago was when they went hard on like indie,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Dude, we're fucking going."
Well, that was
for
where
it.
they were like, didn't they say like they're gonna
47.
We're about to show you like
announcements.
47
first,
games.
Yeah. They need to do that shit where they're just like, these are all the. And don't get me wrong, that conference got me fucking hyped.
Yeah,
I was
even though I played
excited for
most
a
of
lot of
those
that shit.
on PlayStation.
Can I say this though? I feel like it's a little bit awkward for Microsoft to start talking about next gen now, because I feel like the Xbox One X is really not that old, and that thing is still $500.
But do we think of the Xbox One X as like
No, that's not next gen.
Yeah, I mean
No,
but it's like
mid-gen.
but anything they talk about right now is
Scarlet. Well, what is the thing called that they're
Well,
the next gen one?
right now.
Yeah,
Is codename Scarlet?
I think that's right.
Scorpio.
I don't remember.
I want to say it's Scarlet. I could be wrong, but if they decided to actually announce next gen hardware at this show, one, they would be the first one to do so, right?
Yep.
Nintendo has already come out and said they're not going to be announcing a Switch revision or anything like that. Sony has started talking about the PlayStation 5, which will most certainly be called the PlayStation 5, I'm sure. But we're probably not going to get any more information about that until later in the year.
Is this where we talk about what the fuck the next Xbox is going to be called?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
Xbox 2.
What is it going to be called?
Xbox 2.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay, fine. Xbox 1, 2.
The next
No, but the whole
box.
reason they didn't want to call the Xbox 360 the Xbox 2 is because that seems like a lesser number versus the PlayStation 3. So they're not going to go back to a lower number
Xbox
again.
1, 2 punch.
Ooh, the Xbox 1-2 punch.
What if they just called it the Xbox?
What if they call it the next box?
No.
That's so
Get
bad.
Because we're taking it to the next level of video games.
All right, well, here it's funny because Chris Davis says they're announcing. Well, they've already announced the next Halo game is called Halo Infinite. What if they called the Xbox Infinite, with Halo Infinite being like their flagship title?
Then there's nowhere to go after that. There's
Could,
nothing there's nothing more than Infinity.
I don't think they would have had
Xbox Infinite 1?
Infinity plus
Xbox
one. That would be a cool
Squared.
name.
Sony in chat says Xbox Squared. Right?
No.
The problem with that is
Xbox X
you already have the game Cube.
Execute.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I mean, is Xbox so like, is that just integral to the Microsoft's brand?
Yes.
Or could they just say Microsoft something totally different?
Like, that would be sick, right?
They're not gonna do
Stupid,
that.
but sick.
I mean, at this point, like, we can't just keep getting the same. Like, I almost wish Sony would call their next console something other than PlayStation.
You know the
that'd be a
real
bad
power
idea.
move, though? The real fucking sickest power move?
What's that?
To call it the Microsoft PlayStation 6.
No.
Brad, you're crazy.
Dude, that's a power move.
They're getting the pantsuit off.
Exactly. Sony would make so much money off of that.
Microsoft presents Sony's PlayStation 5.
Oh my god, that is definitely happening. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Do we have any realistic answers?
Okay.
What if they called it the PlayStation?
Seriously, I think this is realistic.
What's that?
This is
Brad?
realistic. It's arrogant. It's cocky.
I'm
It's
bracing
ballsy.
myself.
It's stupid. But what if they just called it the Xbox 5 and considered the Xbox One X like as an Xbox? So therefore, this is the Xbox 5, and all of a sudden they're on
complete with
parity
the
now with
PlayStation
Sony.
Oh, just the-
I mean, it's not like they're skipping. They never had an Xbox 3.
But do we
They
ever?
call it whatever the fuck they want.
But
Or a two.
do we really care about like the number and like who's the higher number?
They care. That's why they didn't call it the Xbox 2.
They don't want to.
They called it the 360.
The Xbox Mobius strip.
Oh man, I don't know.
X-Boy.
It's gonna be something.
X-Boy.
They're gonna go for something sleek and something like simple and probably something very very simplistic. Like, they're gonna call it like the Xbox or Xbox.
No one's
What
ever
if they
gonna
went
do
with
it.
what if they went
That's
with like
too
a more
confusing.
old timey like fancy tech name, or like the Xbox 5000 or something?
3800.
No, I could see them. I could see the graphic up on the fucking stage, right?
Paint us a
And
picture.
they show original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and the Xbox One X. 4 times we breakthrough technology in this industry. Now we're gonna break your minds again with the Xbox 5, and it shows up next to the other 4, and boom! All of a sudden they don't have to worry about names anymore.
Oh god.
And then Sony's like, we have the PlayStation 6.
Oh, because the Pro was sick. That would be sick. The Pro was 5. Oh, that would be sick.
All right, so I'm glad we had this discussion.
Okay, we can't take this topic for granted because Microsoft has the stupidest fucking names.
They are pretty bad.
And they reek of...
Stupider than the Wii.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, those are stupid
Foxy.
names, but Microsoft's always reek of desperation. You know what I mean?
Do they?
Yes.
What if it was the Xbox Extreme?
The 360, the Xbox One, they have no idea what they're doing. Because there's one place, one box in your living room for all your entertainment
That needs to have internet connection.
They had one sentence to explain why their name was so stupid, and like
The Foxy Box.
after that sentence, they pretty much didn't care about that motto anymore.
This is why I'm saying, like, maybe at this point the name Xbox has become more of a hindrance to them than a benefit. So like maybe it's time for them to shed that completely, announce something totally unique, something totally new.
The only way I would be happy is if the next Xbox looks like my Avatar shoe.
Have you ever seen what the bottom of the Avatar shoe looks like?
The only
now.
reason I don't think they would ever get rid of the Xbox name is because Xbox is more of like a branding thing for them. Like they have Xbox on like your PC. You know what I mean? Like there's an Xbox app, even though it's not an Xbox. Xbox just means games.
Yeah,
for them.
but if they plan it well, they could do a cross media rollout of the new name where everything changes simultaneously.
So what?
The Xbox PC.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You'll have customizable components.
What if they just
Be
call it
upgradable.
What if they just call it the Microsoft PC? Oh my god!
There's someone on a podcast. I listen to a video game podcast that anytime they talk about PC games, they say, I'm playing it on
Windows 10
computer.
bucks.
And I'm like, what? You're playing it on computer? No one says
The
that.
Xbox.
That's crazy.
The Xbox Gateway.
And every time they say it, it blows my mind. Yeah, I've been playing it on computer. Like, what? You can't say that.
Fucking Brad's brain is melting out of his ears.
All right, so what games are Microsoft going to have? Or features? I mean, like, what are they going to do to make people interested? We know that there's going to be a heavy emphasis on...
announce Crackdown 4.
All right, first of all...
There's going to be heavy emphasis on streaming games, right?
First of all, I think they're going to... We're already seeing them announce They've already announced a new Xbox that is digital exclusive, right?
Correct.
I don't think the entire industry is ready to make that leap just yet, but I can see 2 SKUs at launch, one with a disc... One without a disc, and with a large.
What do you mean one with a
I
disc?
mean one with a disc.
No one will buy the disc.
sorry.
Gotcha.
They're gonna do what Brad said and call it the Xbox 5, and then they're gonna relaunch Xbox Live and call it 5 on Live.
5 Live.
I hate all of you.
Nick, I get what you're saying.
I can see like you can play the Xbox 2 or whatever the fuck they call it at launch. It's $500 or $400, and it's no disc reader.
It's weird that you say that when they.
The only problem with that logic, Nick,
there's
is
a $50 difference for the
a
Xbox
disc
One.
reader does not cost $100.
I'm just-
a disc reader
I'm
costs like
spitballing
$20.
here.
No,
I'm
I got
spitballing
you.
It costs them probably like.
They should call it the
$5.
Xbox TOO.
I mean, here's the thing.
Oh, dude.
Xbox 2,
Here's-
Xbox also.
I was thinking about this the other day, but
Xbox
like
as well.
that would have been the perfect name for
Xbox
the
Future
Arcane sequel to Prey. Did I bring this up on a podcast?
I think so.
If they
Yes.
called it Prey TOO
Yeah.
because it's Prey 2,
It's Prey also.
yeah, yeah, that'd have been the only game that could have got away with that.
I had a thought, and then you just shoved it out of my head with your.
So you were talking about the different SKUs for the Xbox 2. You were talking about
2 different
exclusives.
SKUs. I'm predicting 2 different SKUs, with maybe a difference in price, maybe not a huge one like you said, but with one with an emphasis on streaming. I think
They're going to make some kind of announcement about wading into the VR market.
that's a possibility.
Whatever happened to the fucking HoloLens?
What if they bring it back? What if they introduce a new VR headset and they literally call it the HoloLens?
It's called the Microsoft Lens.
They're probably going to call it the Cortana or something stupid. But I can see Microsoft trying to jump into the VR space. I can also tell you that the last 2 E3s, the strategy that has worked best for them has been making sure they talk about games.
Okay,
So whatever
first
they do,
party.
Oh yeah, they're definitely
whatever they do,
Long rumored
Ooh,
Fable,
yeah,
by
Fable.
the people what made Forza Horizon.
Yes.
I can see it.
which is super exciting.
Which is crazy, right?
I can't.
Wasn't it supposed to be? Oh no, I remember I was joking about it being like a kart racing.
Is it going to
game.
be like a full Fable game, or is it going to be something more like that one Fable game that they
it's
announced?
supposed
We don't know anything about it,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
it's probably going to be like a real ass Fable
it's
rim or
probably
something,
gonna,
right?
It's probably going to
Because
be an actual like open world
Yeah.
like RPG.
it
like,
has to be.
It's
'cause
it's
no
gotta,
one's gonna care
To me,
otherwise.
it seems like it's got to be something like literally bigger in scope. Like the world is bigger in scope than I think probably anything Fable has actually.
You got to
done
be
prior
able to
this.
have unprotected sex.
Yes.
Okay.
But here, can you imagine a Fable game without Peter Molyneux attached to it?
Yes.
A
Like,
good game.
I mean, I'm just like Fable. I think has always had a really cool like vibe
Dude,
to it.
conceptually, those games are fucking amazing.
But it's always lost. It's always lost in Peter Molyneux's just
Dog,
bullshit.
I got it. I got the moment of if E3's Microsoft stage show that everyone's talking about. The lights come up and there's 100 monitors with 100 Xbox,
And then nobody does anything with it?
on the stage. Cue 100 dudes in Spartan armor walk out on the
Damn.
stage,
a little sexist.
and they all
They play Halo Infinite and Battle Royale
There are
mode.
like-
yeah, Halo Infinite Battle Royale because
my
you
God.
know what's gonna fucking happen.
What if they like? Oh, what if it's like? What if they like announce some kind of weird partnership with
Crispy
like,
microphone.
with like Epic, and it's like the next Xbox is a Fort box.
Oh no! Don't say things like that.
Okay.
Don't say things like that.
I could see them doing something
Mine
like
was cool.
Nintendo and having it be portable and calling it GoBox.
Go box to go.
X-Boy.
You know, we haven't talked. Like, what if? First of all,
Okay.
When you get wild
Sorry.
with predictions,
Sorry.
think about it.
Sorry.
Microsoft hasn't been part of the handheld game
They've
in a
never
long
had
time.
anything handheld.
Actually, yeah, they've never been
Besides
part
their
of the
horrible
handheld.
window phones.
Yeah, besides they've never really been a major part of the handheld market. Like, what if they want to make this their memorable E3 by like kind of piggybacking off of Nintendo's success of the Switch and doing something similar with their next Xbox?
They can't though because
I feel like-
it's Japan that makes the portable market
That
go
is true.
round, and Western developers have never, backed
Xbox
like
is-
portable.
I feel like
and
if
portable
that was
games
coming down the pike, you would have already been hearing rumors about them like making like high profile hires of like
Yeah,
people
that's
who are experienced with
Best kept secret
handheld
in the
hardware.
industry,
No,
guys. I'm just trying to.
you'd have to get.
You want hot predictions, man? I'm giving them to
It's
you.
not hot.
I think.
It's dumb.
Okay, here's a hot prediction. At some point during the Microsoft press conference, somebody from Nintendo is going to walk out on stage.
Damn. He's
Or-
gonna
Partnership between Xbox
take
and
his
Nintendo.
pants off.
See, some sort of partnership.
Xbox doesn't start putting their games on the Switch.
What if Microsoft and Sony like? What if
What if they-
Sony's not at Microsoft because
Mia fucking
What if they
Moto.
like?
I mean, no,
put, what if they just like? What if they're like, okay, Microsoft, you can have Wario and Waluigi, and then they just start doing like Wario and Waluigi on Xbox.
Mia fucking Moto comes out, pulls out a Switch. It's Banjo Kazooie.
hits Phil Spencer in the face.
Banjo
with the Switch.
pulls fucking Yoshi out of his backpack, flips over and starts riding Yoshi around. Dude.
Dude, that I could see that.
Sick,
would be
right?
good, yeah.
That would be horrifying.
Yeah, Yoshi belongs in a backpack.
None of these things
Fuck
are gonna
that
happen.
dude.
None of these things are gonna happen.
Let's get spicy.
I want to get spicy, man. I hope Microsoft comes out of the gates swinging, man. I hope they have some crazy shit to show.
No, I don't because
We're
I don't
gonna
want
be
an
so-
excuse.
we're gonna be so
I've been able to
disappointed.
go this whole generation without owning an Xbox, and it's been beautiful. What I hope that they come out on stage and say is all our games are going to be on the computer.
They already are, Brent.
I know, but I hope that like going forward that continues
They
to be a
double down
thing,
on that.
and they don't change their fucking mind because that would be sad.
Oh, I got you.
I don't think they would come out of the gate. I
What
don't
if-
think they would say anything otherwise.
Do you think Reggie's going to show up at E3 in some form in a place you're not expecting?
Like,
I'm
like,
sure-
walk,
I'm
like
sure he'll
walking around
be-
the show floor,
yeah,
just
I'm sure
hanging
he'll
out.
show up.
He's
in
probably
some
got like a
capacity.
non-compete
He,
thing.
like-
He probably can't do anything for a while. Right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But
be
one
there,
way
though,
or the
yeah.
other, Microsoft has got to bring games, right? The only way they're going to come out of this E3 with
Okay.
people talking about it is if they have the fucking games.
They've been buying a lot. They've been buying a lot of studios.
buying a ton of
Do you
studios.
think we'll see
I think
whatever
we'll see
Ninja
a few.
Theory's
I think
working
we'll
on?
see a few additional announcements of new studios they've acquired.
Okay, probably a couple at least, right?
Yeah,
Ninja Theory. Do you think we're going to see what they've been working on?
I would love to see at least a conceptual trailer for what they're working on.
Yeah, a lot of these are going to be early trailers.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be like a big indie game that gets everybody talking, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
but Spooky
They're
Zap in
gonna-
chat mentions Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Yeah, but we've
like,
known about that for a
They're
long
gonna
time.
they're gonna
Yeah.
announce a sequel to We Happy Few.
Yeah, what are they working on? They've never made a good game, right? Ooh.
Wait, isn't that Gearbox?
No, we have a few.
Their new game will be
Oh,
Why Is
published
No
by
One
Gearbox.
Happy?
They're the dudes what made that launch game for the PS4.
Oh, the
that
contrast.
sucked.
Contrast.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're the ones that everyone like thinks their games are going to be really dope. But
Every
then-
time they
then
show
people
their
play
games,
them and they're like,
the initial trailers and the concepts and initial gameplay always look amazing, and then the game comes out and everyone's like, ew.
I played Contrast. It was not great.
Yeah,
okay,
I played
Exactly.
We Happy Few and it was
All
not
right.
great.
boom. I know we might see this at Ubisoft, but if it's gonna be there at all, you're gonna see it on a Microsoft
yeah,
stage.
first of all, there's
Splinter Cell
guys, I don't think we're getting Splinter Cell. I don't think it's happening.
ever again.
I don't.
But they're gonna
not
do-
ever again. I'm just saying like
If another Splinter Cell game's ever gonna sell, it's
Ubisoft was
gonna be
recently-
launch or launch window,
Ubisoft was recently talking about Splinter Cell not being a very viable franchise right now.
unless it's at launch. Ubisoft
launch?
always go
Yeah.
hard at launches,
They do.
and the thing about launches is everyone's gonna buy something as long as it doesn't look terrible.
Yep.
And a Splinter Cell is going to be the only time a Splinter Cell game is really going to sell the numbers that Ubisoft wants is around launch.
Plus,
You're
they're-
right. I mean-
they're saying like they're looking at it going like, hey, Metal Gear's gone. It's all us now.
yeah,
You're
I mean
right,
Sam
like-
Fisher literally said that.
So-
Like
all
literally,
else.
Ubisoft is doing an announcement this week of a new game, and for a second I was I was half expecting it to be a Splinter Cell announcement, and then I found out it was a Ghost Recon, and I couldn't be less excited.
You're right. I mean, look at these Ubisoft games. Splinter Cell doesn't fit in that world anymore.
Like, at what point
New Rainbow
did
Six?
Ghost Recon surpass Splinter Cell as the more interesting franchise?
I mean, it's probably it's always probably been
Wildland?
secretly more popular. Honestly.
That's so weird to me. That's so weird. Anyways, we're not talking about Ubisoft right now because we'll talk more about them in third. We're strictly
I'm
talking
talking
about
about
games that we expect to be on the Microsoft stage because there will be some third-party announcements there.
They're probably going to talk a bit about
Cyberpunk.
the future of Sea of Thieves.
Oh, I mean,
Because there was a big
probably get a
update
Sea of
that
Thieves
just hit for
update.
that.
Yeah.
Like, they just started adding story content to that.
Skull and Bones.
I think there's going to be a really dope trailer for Cyberpunk.
I mean, yeah. Here's the thing: with Sony not being at the show this year,
That's
you can expect
true.
to see a lot of stuff that you
Oh,
would
no,
normally see
yeah,
on the
that-
Sony stage, maybe at the Microsoft stage.
Where are we
So-
going to see Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Okay,
probably
we're going to talk
Ubisoft,
about that
yeah.
later.
I mean, that would probably be at Ubisoft, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they don't want to.
We're going to talk about Ubisoft in a second. In fact, let's.
Don't forget about Halo Infinite.
Halo
we
Infinite,
we
yes.
mentioned it as a joke.
It
but
has
like,
to be there.
Is
I mean,
Microsoft?
Yeah,
gonna,
I feel like Halo Infinite's going to be like their
Their
like
big thing,
their big
right?
thing at the show this year. I
Wait, is that the name of the next one?
yeah.
Yes.
And it's probably going to have a battle royale mode. I think that's almost guaranteed at this point. But it's also supposed to be the next chapter in Master Chief's story. And like right now, to me, I want to know what like the scope of this game is. Like what is going to distinguish, aside from the battle royale mode, what is going to distinguish Halo Infinite from every other Halo game they've made? Because the trailer they released looks conceptually different than
I don't
previous
remember
Halo.
the trailer.
Gears of War 5.
They showed it last year.
Do you
We'll
know
watch
what?
it during the break.
I forgot that they already showed Gears of War 5 like via cutscene.
Oh
Yeah,
no, they
they-
did. Yeah,
yeah.
there was a Gears of War
Yeah,
5 is a
it's
thing.
like-
Gears of War 5 and Halo Infinite will be
Poor guy.
one's
What
going to
is-
open the show,
What
one's
is
going to close
What
it.
is
I'm
the
sure.
Gears of War pop game?
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. XCOM like.
Yeah. Gross.
Oh, yeah.
Tactics.
Yeah.
So let's, anything else from Microsoft before we move on from this? A new Forza game. Look how pretty this car is.
You know what? I hope they announce a new IP that is
You know,
exclusive to
apparently-
They
Microsoft.
fucking have to.
I don't know where else this fits, but apparently there's a new Lego Star Wars game in the works. Maybe Microsoft will show that.
Maybe. You know what? They've acquired all these studios. I feel like Ninja Theory, now that they're a first party studio, right, for Microsoft, like maybe that is a studio that could build them a fresh, brand new IP. Like that's what
Yeah,
they do.
they
Aside,
have- they
Devil May
have
Cry
to.
was a you know, kind of a very different departure for them, right? Everything else they've done has been new IP.
I mean,
maybe that's why they acquired them.
all of those studios they acquired are going to be doing new IP. That's what you do when
Yeah,
you
no,
buy
they
new
definitely will.
studios.
Yeah.
What about that other project Obsidian's working on?
Outer Worlds? Or,
No, not Outer Worlds. There are other projects.
Wait, Obsidian's working on 2 projects?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they have to, right? Why would Microsoft have bought them? They don't even get to make money
Oh yeah, because
off of Outer
I
Worlds.
forgot because Outer Worlds is a multi-platform, right?
right?
Yeah, it's a 2K game, so that'll be on PlayStation. So yeah, Obsidian's probably going to announce whatever they're doing. Exclusively
I
for
think it's
Microsoft.
too early, really. Right?
I mean, maybe we can get like a literally like a
The
cinematic
game
thing
will
with
be
a title.
called Dragon Glass.
It's gonna be something like that where
What
it's like
if-
that tells me nothing.
dude, what if they do some like ballsy shit and like, oh man, this would be great, right? Because the lot like Baldur's Gate is like a D&D license, right? So Microsoft can secure the license to D&D and do like Baldur's Gate 3
Yeah.
developed by Obsidian,
That would be good.
That would be cool.
right?
That would be
They could do
fucking
some
cool.
shit like that.
I would play that on my computer.
and that would be like a real fuck you to BioWare,
That'd be
right?
cool. See, but like, okay, here's the thing though. If
Or KOTOR.
here's a little bit of a
No, they
tangent.
couldn't do
If they
KOTOR.
do a new Baldur's Gate,
You shut up, Brett.
do they keep it on like the old Thaco system, or do they update it to
No, they'd
D&D
update
5th
it.
edition?
They'd fucking update it. You kidding
Oh,
me?
what about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2?
It's too early. Also,
yeah.
that game's gonna suck. What else we got?
All right.
Suck.
Is
Get
that it for Microsoft?
Vampire,
Yes,
vampire.
I don't know.
Move away
I mean-
from Microsoft.
I mean, like I said,
Suck
we're gonna talk
butt.
about. We're gonna keep talking about third-party stuff. It might come up later that
Yeah.
stuff we might see on the Microsoft stage, but
man.
that's like the first-party stuff and the hardware we've talked about, right?
Well, let's just move over to Sony. What is Sony gonna have?
All right. So here's the weird one.
The
'cause
PS5.
First of all, realistically speaking, what do you think Sony's going to do? They want to be a part of it, right? Like they can't
of
just
course.
skip it completely. So do you think we're just gonna get like maybe a long state of play, or are they gonna be doing?
I think.
I think it will be a state of play. I think they will announce some new stuff. Well, like we said, we potentially announce PlayStation 5 or just something. I mean, the rumor is it's coming out next year.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if they announced it now.
But yeah, but I
Or
feel like
they
they're
announced-
I feel like they're probably going to do some kind of like dedicated event specifically for announcing. Kind of like remember when Nintendo announced the Switch, they had that like big
Yeah.
conference where it was just to announce the hardware.
Yeah. So Sony did that too.
Yeah, but like we probably need to get an update on the Final Fantasy VII remake. I see people mentioning that. in
Well,
chat.
there's going to be a Square Enix conference. We'll talk about that in a second.
right. So yeah, some of these are going to show up at other conferences.
We'll see all the known
else?
quantities, right?
Yeah.
We'll see more
Go
ghosts.
Last of Us 2, which we're
Last of Us 2 will probably
Here's
have
the question:
something.
are y'all getting at all worried about Last of Us 2 being a PS5 title?
No.
It's
it'll
gonna-
be
no, it's gonna be
cross-gen
both.
wars.
And I'll double dip again.
Well, I mean,
But,
Last
like,
of
if
Us 1 was
if
very
Last
late.
of Us 2 comes out like months before PlayStation 5, are you gonna like?
Yes.
You'll play it on PS4 knowing that it's probably a better experience than the 5.
On the
What is
5.
yes?
He's calling it the 5 already.
The 5. Look at this graphics whore.
That's me.
What I mean,
And yet he
so
won't
like,
play PC games.
listen,
Fuck off.
I'll tell you this much. I'll tell you this fucking much. I feel like unless they're launching at the same time on PS4 and PS5, we're not going to know about the PS5 version.
Correct.
What's going to happen is people are only going to know about the PS4 version.
Yes.
Everyone's going to buy it and play it.
Correct.
And then in a year or two, maybe they'll do the
Not even
PS5
that
version.
Like
and
6
then
months.
People are going to buy
Basically,
it
just
again.
like how they did the last
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Are we
Which
going
is
to
fine.
see Death Stranding?
Yes,
I hope
I
we
think.
see
yes.
nothing.
Well, here's the thing. If
I hope we see, and it's a trailer, and it zooms. It starts like super zoomed in on what's his face?
Norman
Reedus' face, and it starts to slowly zoom out, and it's him wearing a chef's hat, and he's just like cooking in a kitchen.
Dude, there's some
And that's like
weird-
all you see.
There's
Like
some-
not like a house kitchen, like a professional kitchen. He's like an apron, and there's
like
and,
stainless steel appliance.
And then he
and
takes
that's
the-
all it is.
And then he takes the lid off of a pan, and there's like a baby in a pan.
Why did you go there,
Man,
Nick?
did you hear? He was at like Tribeca
fucking
or
guy.
something and like talking about Death
Fucking
Stranding.
sick.
He did like a Death Stranding panel or some shit like that, right?
With Kojima.
Yeah, with Kojima. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kojima. And they were talking like dude, that dude's lost his fucking mind. Like Norman Reedus
his
got like a
tattoos?
tattoo.
Yeah.
He got like a tattoo on his hand.
heard about this.
And like Kojima's like, we got to redo everything. Like
Okay, so
all
hold
that
on.
stuff, right?
So let's roll this back. I've seen that interview. The question was, if Norman Reedus gets another tattoo,
But that was after
will-
the fact.
Will you add it into the game?
He said
And
as DLC.
As DLC. Yes.
But like prior to that, he had already talked about
Yes.
them redoing certain parts of the game because he had that tattoo now.
Kojima's
Because
like imploding, you're
Yes.
saying? Like he's just like
you should
losing
watch
his
that.
shit?
He's reached stalker
It's
levels.
crazy. It's crazy.
Here's the thing, like Sony has to do something, right? They have to do something. If they don't do something, we won't see Death Stranding. We won't see Last of Us 2. We won't see
Well,
Ghost of
there's
Tsushima.
rumors that Death Stranding might be on this thing this 10-minute thing that's coming next week or later this month or whatever.
you heard it here first. They're announcing the PSP
Here's the-
2.
I mean, like we're getting towards the end of the PS4's life cycle. I think we need to get some more definitive information about release times and like more details about things like Ghost of Tsushima. I want to know
Yeah.
if that's going to be a PS4 title or
Yes,
PS5.
it will.
Probably
100%
so.
it's coming out.
I want to know more specifically when we're going to see The Last of Us 2.
Pretty much everything you're going to see.
Fall.
And I want to know nothing
Nope.
about Death
At,
Stranding.
at this
all.
point, stuff that's
22nd.
already been announced is at the very least is going to be like cross shit.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
Can
I
I
don't want to know anything about Death Stranding unless it's a release date.
Right. That's a day one buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some other things that I think might show up on some Sony video or whatever, right? I think we might finally see what that new Blue Point game is.
Oh, yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
think it is?
Well, a lot of people are hoping that it's a Demon Souls remake.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I could see God of War DLC.
Story
Like an
DLC.
expansion.
They've said they're not doing any DLC.
Oh, really?
Corey Barlog said we are not doing any DLC.
That's to throw you for a loop.
Okay, what about Horizon 2?
That's
I think it's maybe a bit too early to see Horizon 2, unless it's like
I think
like
it
a,
is
like
a
a
little
cinematic
early.
trailer or just like a title.
So
What
card.
about Anthem 2?
Okay, shut up. I think we might see. I think we might finally
Fuck
see
yeah.
some more in the Valley. No, that's Valve.
No,
now.
that's Valve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe
Valve bought
PC.
that.
Maybe
Yeah.
PC show.
Prince of the Universe mentions Team Eco, and
no,
I don't.
They're not a thing
They're
anymore.
not a thing
Yeah.
anymore.
It's because their last game was.
Well, I guess
butt.
they technically are.
Fumito
Ueda
Ueda
is not there.
He's not working
I
with
mean,
Sony specifically anymore.
So
Fight me.
I think we might see like an early Capcom game tease,
All right, so here's the thing. This is
like Resident Evil.
Yeah, so we'll talk about Capcom.
Dino Crisis.
Yeah, we'll talk about Capcom, but like specifically the last 2 years at E3. First, we got the teaser for Resident Evil 7, which was out of the blue surprise, and it was like announced for a January or February release, right? Last year, we got Resident Evil 2 announced for a January, February release. If they keep this train rolling, maybe we get the first Resident Evil 8 information with a release for January, February 2020.
You know what?
I feel like that's a safe
too
bet.
soon for
You know what
that.
I
they're
feel
going to
like that's
announce?
a safe bet.
Too soon.
Katamari VR.
That would be cool.
That would be
Sense of
vomit-inducing.
scale.
Oh,
That'd be amazing.
dude.
That'd be so good.
I'd be 100%.
But like you would
on
just
that.
see like a ball in front of your face.
Pretty
the
much
whole
all
time.
Katamari projects lately have
I
been
guess if
like
you
train
could-
wrecks, though. So,
But-
but that would be a good idea.
Oh, this kind of sucks. Like, I'm just thinking about it. Like, think of all the cool VR shit that's at E3 that's not going to be there now.
Yeah.
hey,
Unless Microsoft brings some VR.
I think it's too early for anything Resident Evil.
Wait, why? They've done two.
It's too.
Like, they've basically turned
How
Resident
many years
Evil
ago was 7?
No,
2 years ago.
Just 2?
No, it wasn't
3
2 years ago.
It
was.
The tease,
No, yes.
the trailer.
The first tease was E3 2017, and it was released
Well, I
in
think the
January
first
of
tease was the
2018.
kitchen VR thing.
Right.
Yes,
Before,
that was the tease, and the full game released in January of
The kitchen
2017.
VR was the year prior to the actual
January
tease.
2017, Nick, is when the game came out.
Yeah, that
Not
was 2 years
2018.
ago.
Wait, what year are we in?
2019.
Yeah,
So the game was announced 3 years ago.
So there was a year without a. You're saying there was a year without a Resident Evil announcement?
No, because
Yes.
they announced, then they released.
They announced
then they
it
announced
in
Resident Evil
Nick,
2. Then
they announced it in
released.
2016. They announced it 3 years
And it came out in
ago.
2017.
Correct.
Yeah.
yeah, we're in.
And then in
2019.
2017 they announced Resident Evil 2 remake, and it
Yes.
came out in
You're both
2018
right.
I'm saying it's
Yes.
too early for them to even think. I think they're in.
or 2019.
They're still in probably
I'm so
planning.
fucking confused right
This
now.
fucking
I'm
kid.
thinking what we're going to see is something like, if it's true, if there's going to be like an Onimusha, if there's going to be something like a Dino Crisis,
I'm
whatever
not-
the fuck. Now is when you're going to see the tease.
I'm not
You
holding
really
my breath.
think Dino Crisis is like on the
No,
table?
it's
yeah.
dead.
Fucking, it should be.
I should be,
but it's dead.
Regardless of whether or not it should be, do you actually realistically think it's on the table?
I think people have absolutely been
Absolutely
talking about that shit at boardrooms, because things are going well for Capcom right now, and I think they realized with Devil May Cry coming back, with Resident Evil being old school again, that people miss that time.
They do. It's that nostalgia. The millennials are getting older and they're
If
wanting
you
those
look at
games.
stuff like Crash and Spyro coming back, even as remakes, just selling off the charts. This is the time when people have nostalgia for the late '90s era games.
If Dino Crisis is announced, I'm hoping it is announced to fill the void of a missing Resident Evil announcement, because it should fill the same. It should occupy the same space in people's minds. I feel like,
Yeah.
because Dino Crisis was originally a Resident Evil.
I think okay,
spin-off,
so here's another big one that I think definitely has a realistic possibility. It's coming eventually. I think, and this is where they show it, a Bloodborne 2.
I think Bloodborne.
Yeah.
You mentioned this a while back about Bloodborne 2 maybe being a PlayStation 5 announcement or
So
launch.
I
title.
think it would be like teased now, but like that is a very strong like launch window game.
Here's the thing.
Man,
I feel
fuck
like
yeah.
considering Sony
Bloodborne
isn't
2?
actually going to be at E3, we're getting like super. Like, we're talking about all this shit. Like, they can't without an actual presence at E3. They can't possibly do all this exciting shit, right?
They could. Why
They
not?
could. I
Why
mean,
not?
Nintendo does.
Yeah.
They
do
do
it.
a video.
I dare you, Nick. I dare you.
Remember last year they did 45 minutes of Smash moves.
Yep.
You want to talk about Nintendo?
Oh,
I guess.
I just one brief suggestion.
it's
going
about
off
it's
of-
about Sony.
yeah, about Sony.
Dude, he hates Sony.
Remember how
this is gonna be
Sony
negative.
2015 was like the best one ever.
Yes, that was a good year.
They'll probably show a good gameplay demonstration of Shenmue 3 because we haven't seen like any proper.
Oh, they're
gameplay.
not, because everything they've shown, gameplay demonstrations of Shenmue 3 have looked like dog shit. They would not want that anywhere near E3 or June or the summertime. Dude, Shenmue 3 looks like ass. There's footage out there. It looks like ass.
Kato has hiccups.
Also, the initial excitement of Shenmue coming back has plummeted, and the only people who still care are people with Shenmue tattoos. I seriously
People
believe
with
that.
Shenmue tattoos.
I'm just saying, it is not exciting anymore, and that's sad. It's just not exciting anymore.
I'm just saying.
It could. You never.
But I mean, it's fucking possible. Absolutely. I hope to see more fucking Psychonauts, but I know people aren't, hard about that game either. Chris Davis. So
Got a just a semi.
Are you a Shenmue fan?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay. I mean, there was one on an Xbox.
Like I went back and I played Shenmue 1 a couple years ago, and it has not aged well at all.
No, of course not. No,
The
and this
game was
one,
terrible.
yeah.
This one appears to be on the same track. All right, let's jump to Nintendo.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Are we going to see some new revisions? They said we're
going to see more
revisions.
Nintendo label VR.
Nintendo has said no Switch revisions, no hardware announcements.
At E3.
At E3.
But there's rumors we might even see them sooner than that.
Nick, you never know. They could always switch things up.
I've seen rumors that they may be like shadow launching the kitty version, the more portable version or whatever, the 2DS version of the Switch, if that's really a thing, like as early as June. You might be playing a new portable Switch at E3. Well, maybe not me, or you, but
Wait.
somebody.
Do we see more of Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Okay.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Okay, first of all,
obviously.
Nintendo.
That's their big thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Nintendo, going into Nintendo this year, we have
Sorry.
one, Pokemon's gonna be huge. Animal Crossing has been rumored for years, right?
No,
For being-
announced.
I mean, it's announced,
Yeah,
but like it's
yeah.
been like rumored to be like a part of their E3 presentation. We thought it would be there last year, but it ended up
Right.
not being. So Animal Crossing,
I-
and then on top of that, fucking Zelda Link's Awakening.
I think what's going to happen.
Which is coming out this year.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to have a big Nintendo Direct, their big thing, and they're going to be like, "Oh, check out this cool Zelda game. I know you've seen it before. It's in the eShop. Bam! Check out this. It's in the eShop. Bam!" I think they're going to just fucking
Shadow dropping left.
So
and
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so I think
immediately.
Cadence of Hyrule is going to be maybe a shadow drop
Oh, no, it will
because
be.
it's rumored to be coming out like right around now, and I could see after there was a lot of hype once that was announced that that being a super strong shadow drop during E3.
So
I'm thinking we might see Slay the Spire for Switch shadow drop at E3.
Don't
I'm
even.
fucking hoping. I'm fucking hoping.
Of course you are.
Well, you've already spent like almost 150 plus hours in that game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like Isaac. It's the type of game you just keep playing.
Now, you want to talk about a shadow drop? So Nintendo recently
Muting Chris Davis.
released
Oh,
their.
wait, hold on.
No, I'm muting him.
Oh, okay, no, sorry.
God damn it!
No, wait. Shadow drop.
So speaking of shadow drops, Nintendo recently released their VR updates for Zelda and Mario Odyssey.
Yes.
What if Pokemon Snap 2?
What?
Think about that, just out of the fucking nowhere. Why
I think
not?
it's a good idea.
I mean, it's a good
For
idea.
For how
Yeah,
you
bad idea
control
for
the
VR.
Labo,
Why not?
The fact that you have to hold the thing to your face with your hands.
Means it's perfect. It's a camera.
you have to
It's
hold
like
the
fucking
lady
camera.
up
how
to
many
your
cameras
face.
do you
It's
not
a
hold to your
Pokemon.
face, Nick?
I guess you're right. That does make.
Yeah, stop being stupid, Nick.
Fuck off.
Okay, so I think Pokemon's going to be the huge thing.
What if Fatal
What I
Frame?
hope is it's not like last year where they spent 45 minutes talking about
All the new Pokemon, I can't fucking.
The Wii Fit
wait.
trainer has a slightly different face.
Look.
I hope that they don't do that with Pokemon. Like spend 45 minutes showing off different Pokemon, but that's a distinct fucking possibility.
The sad thing is that no Metroid this year.
Well,
already said that?
have they said that?
Well, they just rebooted the whole
Sure,
project.
but they could have like a teaser trailer.
They could already have assets that they're going to reuse, and they can just
exactly,
show a trailer.
like cinematic assets that they could reuse.
Here's hoping.
Here's hoping. So
Maybe a title.
the good news is Platinum has Nintendo's back, right?
Yes, they
because
do.
they have 2 announced games that they've already shown footage of. Astral Chain. Well, we haven't seen anything from Bayonetta 3, and Inaba's come out recently in an interview saying it's like, dude, this game's not like the first couple. I think is pretty much what he's been saying, and so that's exciting. So we can see both Astral Chain because I mean that comes out in
Bayonetta's
August,
got to be this year, right?
and Well, I mean, not necessarily.
I mean, it
it
doesn't
depends
have
on
to
what
be,
it
but-
is.
Wait,
It depends on what it is.
is Astral Chain that one that's like the
Anime Cops.
cops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That comes out in August, which seems crazy, right?
That's
that
weird.
That seems coming out like it's too soon, but I mean, whatever.
You mean like a lot of other Platinum games that came out? Like,
well,
after
I mean,
spending a
Bayonetta
few-
3 has long been teased and still not shown.
Yeah, but I'm
so-
thinking about all the other like Platinum games that were announced that came out after spending like a year in the oven. Like, what was like the Transformers?
Oh, are you assuming Astral Chain
Like
might be like one of the lower budget Platinum
Maybe.
games?
Possibly. I mean, they're doing so much. What's the other one that Babylon's Fall?
Babylon's Fall. We've not. That's on my list for third party. We still don't even know what that is.
And like, where are they gonna? And then also, if there's a possibility of it. Oh, by the way, bouncing back to Microsoft for a second. What if they show a new Nier game at
Well,
Microsoft?
Again, I have that on Square Enix.
Oh, that's potentially something that could be on the Microsoft stage.
Sure. I mean, yeah. But it won't be on the Microsoft stage. Well, hell, maybe. Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
definitely.
A new Pikmin?
Oh.
Nope. I mean, right? A new Pikmin.
Well,
Yeah, right?
here's the thing. I remember a few years ago, there was an interview with the creator of Pikmin, and he pretty much said that like Pikmin 4. This was before the Switch came out.
Yeah.
Pikmin 4 was basically done, and they were holding on to it for Switch.
For a rainy
Well,
day.
he didn't say that specifically.
Maybe
but
not specifically, but like that's kind of the implication of the interview, and it's like, where the fuck is that game?
a new Pikmin has long been rumored. And I think, now's the time to show up. But they are releasing Pikmin 3 for the Switch, so maybe it's too soon for a new Pikmin. I don't know.
Is it too
I
soon?
don't think it is. I don't think it's too soon for a new Pikmin.
Pikmin 3 was on the Wii
Pikmin 3
U.
was fantastic, first of all. That was a fantastic game.
I like
Wait a minute.
Nick sucked at the multiplayer.
Yes,
which
but I
ma-
still put it on my top 10. 'cause it
When
was
do
an
we
amazing
hear
game.
about a new Donkey Kong?
When do we hear about a new Donkey
well,
Konga?
Well, Rare
with
is
a
now.
Labo.
Donkey
retro.
Konga.
Labo
boop, boop,
Donkey
boop, boop,
Konga.
Donkey Konga. Boop,
Could you imagine that shit? You assemble the congas.
Dude, I went
these are bad
fucking
ideas.
nuts on some
These
Donkey
are bad
Konga
ideas. I
back
don't
in
like
the
it.
day.
Wait, you went nuts on some.
Konga.
Oh,
Huh.
never mind.
Yeah.
Well, Retro's working on Metroid now. There was that tease, right? The robot hand we talked about on last
Yeah.
podcast, and Reggie's going away present.
What about that
but that
Star
did
Fox
look like a
racer
monkey hand.
that was rumored from Rare, right?
Yeah,
Or not
I
Rare,
think
keep
we're
saying
all
Rare,
secretly
Retro.
hoping that wasn't true because there's now a theory that was actually probably just all the stuff for that Ubisoft flight game,
The Starlink.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Starlink. People were like, maybe that was Starlink stuff because they actually have races in that
Yeah.
where you could like race an R-wing. But who knows? Who
Is
knows?
it too soon to see the first tease for the next Zelda game?
Yes, because they have Link's Awakening.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well,
I do.
there is the A Link to the Past question mark, right?
Yeah.
There was
They
that.
could announce something like that. I don't think they're going. I don't think they're going to announce the next mainstay in the Zelda series.
Yeah.
They're not going to see the next Breath of the Wild or whatever. I
So
don't think it's going to happen. It's been, Zeldas don't come out every couple of years. There's a pretty decent chunk of time between them.
You're
That's-
lucky.
My
That's
assumption
fine.
is, like we talked about, I could definitely see them. First of all, we already know we're getting Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them doing something like a Link to the Past in
There was
Breath of
that
the
Best
Wild
Buy
engine.
leak, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with the
That
Link to the
had
Past.
Link to the Past.
Oh.
I can see them doing something like that. Because that's you
I
don't
hope-
have to build
I
new
hope
assets.
so.
You already take existing assets and shift them around and then put it in a game and
Or-
go.
But I mean, yeah. But that world is so large and handcrafted. You'd have to like create a whole new world.
We've talked about a lot of exciting Nintendo stuff. I'm hoping there's still a surprise or two in there, like legit, like
We're gonna
boom
be
left
surprised
field.
by how disappointing it is.
I mean, we're
Well,
definitely
I
going
mean,
to see some
that is
indie
the
games.
E3 game, man, right?
That is the E3 game. Get all our hype out of the way now because it'd be a mistake.
because hope is poison.
Yes, as you so aptly put it. Yes. Is there anything else Nintendo related, or
Y'all tell me.
I can't think of.
Any Nintendo franchise we haven't seen.
This
in a
might
while?
come up in when we
That we
read
haven't
through.
mentioned already.
Haven't seen in a while.
F-Zero, is it time?
Yeah, maybe right.
Yeah.
Maybe F-Zero VR would be dope.
Right.
Like
Oh.
a Star Fox game.
be-
I get nauseous just like Wipeout. Go ahead, Chris Davis.
I mean, just think about it. God damn it.
Go ahead, Chris Davis.
Think about it. I mean, they are pushing VR
Go
now.
ahead.
So what franchises can they put VR into?
But who cares? Like the
The VR sucks, Chris
Yeah, the
Davis.
VR
It does
shit.
suck, but it doesn't
Wait.
matter because
Yes,
they're-
it does,
they're
Chris
pushing it.
Davis. This VR has gone nowhere for them. This is not going to be a system seller.
Wait,
this is not.
I've got
Everything I read
all
about
they
that
gotta
Labo
do-
VR stuff is
All they got to do is
awful.
sell a strap that you can put around your head, so that
doesn't
you don't
matter.
have to
No,
hold
no,
it to your
that
You
face.
strap
still
will
have to
cost-
hold.
That strap will cost $80.
They don't want you to do that because it's not. It's too
See, like,
shitty
I
for
see,
extended
like,
play.
Nintendo, I see them going more for like
You know, it didn't
you
have
know,
a
a new
strap for
Captain
Virtual
Toad
Boy.
game in VR or something. You know,
I could see it.
or like
Captain Toad would have been great in VR because the
What?
game sucked otherwise.
What fucking Labo stuff are they going to come up with? You
They're
know
gonna have
there's be some
1,000
No one
Labo
cares
things.
about
They're gonna have a
Labo.
Labo build it yourself station at E3 where you can go build your own stuff. That'd be dumb. I won't.
Nick,
do
I
it.
don't know if they're going to do that. That would cost them at least $100.
I definitely don't think
And
E3
cardboard.
is the place where they talk about Labo.
yeah.
Probably
I think
not.
that's like a separate direct.
Yeah.
I hope not, because that's one more thing that could potentially prevent them from announcing
What?
something actually exciting.
Games for children.
You know what we're gonna see? We're gonna see dope indies, right? Because
Oh, no,
that's
we're
sort of
definitely
the
gonna see-
thing.
I think we're also going to see some shitty indies,
Dope
but we're definitely going to
indies.
see some pretty good
I think
indies.
if we're gonna see more Silk Song, it's gonna be at Nintendo.
Ooh, fucking Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Right? Right.
My body is ready. All right.
What
Anything
else we got? Bethesda.
Wait, no. We're taking a break and then coming back for third party.
We're gonna take a break.
We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna go through the third party stuff. So Ubisoft, Bethesda,
Square Enix,
Square, Capcom, all that good stuff, and then we will read some predictions from our supporters on Patreon, on Twitch, and the community, and then we'll wrap up the show with 4-Player Minute. So if you're watching us live, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm ready, Nick.
All right, welcome back to the
Let's
show.
do this,
Let's
Nick.
do it. There's still so many more predictions to make.
Yeah.
We're gonna do third parties now, right? Where are we starting?
Bethesda.
We're going alphabetical. Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck
Actually,
is
if we're
Bethesda?
starting alphabetical, we do Activision.
They're going to announce an expansion that's going to fix Fallout 76.
Dude, I hope
I
they,
think they
I hope they drop
probably-
that like a fucking sack of potatoes and then move on with their life.
Yeah, they will. They have to.
I mean, it's done. It's put it behind you and move on to the next thing.
Fallout
What is the next
77.
thing?
Space Rim.
Yeah, Space
I
Rim.
mean, but they've already said they're not showing that like anytime soon.
I mean, what does that mean, though, really? What does that really translate to?
Like
They said that a year ago. Also, a lot of bad things have happened to Bethesda, all related to Fallout 76.
so you think they're gonna maybe show a Starfield
I
trailer
think
because
they push up Starfield to get as much goodwill as they can.
They need to.
Even if it's just a trailer, you know?
76 was such a shit show.
Yeah,
they have to do something.
Well, here's the
They've
thing.
had a year to make a trailer.
We know we're gonna see a shit ton of Doom, right? That's
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
a given, right?
For sure.
But the last 2 years of Bethesda has been really disappointing.
Yeah.
So I'm really wondering if we should expect a lot from them. Like as much as I would love to see what's coming from Tango Gameworks, like I kind of don't see that happening.
Why?
Like, I don't know, because like Evil Within 2 wasn't very successful, if I remember
That
correctly.
game was great.
No,
though.
Great game.
I think
not
they
very
actually
financially
said
successful.
it
though.
did all right. I think that's what they ultimately said.
I mean, so what do we think Tango Gameworks is even realistically doing?
That's a good question. Would they do another Evil
Like,
Within? Or...
I don't think they're going to do another Evil Within. I would love for them to continue doing it because I think it's a fantastic series, but I just don't see.
Oh yeah, what happened to that Skyrim mobile game? What is that Skyrim?
Daggers?
It's like out in early access.
But, like, I
or
don't want to
some
talk
shit.
about mobile
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Fuck
Daggers.
mobiles.
Dude,
Fuck phones.
Fuck them.
What about that Doom Eternal?
That's what we
just
said.
Yeah, we literally said that.
Doom
Christopher.
Like they're talking about like this being a Doom universe.
But yeah, we
It might
literally
just-
talked about
There
it,
might
Chris
just be
Davis.
more than just Doom Eternal.
I believe it's
What
called
else would there be?
Doomniverse.
A Doom.
Can we get a Doom RPG for the Switch? I'd be happy with
I mean,
that.
we
Blades,
had-
that's what's
they did
called.
Wolfenstein and Doom RPGs on the mobile, so who knows?
I mean, honestly, like I'm excited
shit.
for Doom Eternal, but like I kind of want to see something other than Doom and Wolfenstein.
Okay, what about
Sorry,
Arcane?
this is a possibly a Microsoft thing. That unannounced Harry Potter game.
Well, yeah, I have that on here for
Yeah,
third
you
party,
do?
but yeah, for third party.
Yeah,
for
we're gonna
third
get
party?
to that's
Okay.
a Warner Brothers thing, right?
yeah.
Is
So,
Warner
yeah.
Brothers having a conference?
No,
Well,
but
no,
it'll probably
but
if it shows up anywhere, it'll
you're
probably
right.
be on a stage.
It'll
Yeah.
show up on
Dude,
a
I'm
stage
saying it's going to
somewhere.
be Microsoft. If it's going to be on a stage, it's going to be
Microsoft makes
That's
sense.
one of that right
Yeah.
there is one of those games. If it doesn't show up in Microsoft, I'm gonna be very sad.
That's what I'm saying.
because-
Microsoft knows they need shit.
Yeah.
So,
Because if you don't see it at Microsoft, it means they're probably not seeing it anywhere, which means
unless like Sony's
Maybe
gonna
it doesn't
do it during
exist.
their like 9-minute thing.
Okay, so for Bethesda, Arcane, they have two studios. One did Dishonor, one did Prey. Both of them could be ready to show
well,
something.
I'm pretty sure they've said Dishonored is pretty much on hiatus.
Okay.
Like they're not doing any Dishonored anytime soon.
And pray.
Prey, was that a financial success for them?
No, I don't think so.
think
So if
so.
Arcane is doing something, I mean, of course they're doing something, but like, if,
Not everything has to be a huge financial success to get another one. I mean,
but what would
like,
Arcane?
we
be
got
working
Evil Within 2, and I don't think Evil Within 1 set the world on
I
fire.
did not.
So I don't think it's going to be a Prey game or a Dishonor game. But is there any like existing IP that Bethesda has that Arcane could work on if it's not brand new IP? I mean,
Rage?
I think one of them you're eventually going to see.
That was a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I think one of them you're eventually going to see a sequel to like Prey or something, right?
Yeah, but like
Because
I feel
well,
like it's
they
too
were both
early.
critical successes. So like ultimately, you're
could
going to
you-
revisit.
Could you imagine, Brad, if they showed off a trailer and it was some guy who was a bounty hunter free running.
Oh, fuck off.
No,
We're
could
not-
you?
I
And
mean,
they call it Prey 2?
You could.
I mean,
Could you imagine that?
If-
Dude, I would lose my shit. I would be so fucking excited.
I mean, here's the thing, like, that initial game we saw of Prey 2
Yes.
at E3, whenever the fuck
Yes.
that was,
like 2010, I
that
believe.
is very... That was being made by Human Head, right?
Correct. Yes.
Like, everything that made that exciting is stuff that Arcane does exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Like the movement,
Yeah.
traversal, like...
Not
Yeah.
the same way.
I mean, not in the
No,
exact
no,
same way.
No. Arcane could do it. That's
Yeah.
not what I'm saying.
No, they could.
I mean, what if they worked on a single-player Quake game?
But, like, is Quake even
Arcane?
relevant anymore?
No, it never.
Like,
been
they tried to do... What was the Quake they did 2 years ago?
Champions.
Champions.
Yeah,
it was
like-
a
And then
arena
it became
shooter.
free to play, like, super
But
fast,
think
right?
about this: like Wolfenstein wasn't relevant 5 years ago.
Until Machine Games.
Until
right?
Machine Games took it over.
I mean,
what if
yeah,
Arcane does
don't
the
say
same thing?
that. I mean, 2009, Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
They tried a few
Most
times.
Wolfenstein games are well received.
I just don't think Quake
some
is... I think the realm that Quake exists in now is kind of what Quake is now.
Well, that's because Quake, Quake eventually became like synonymous with like multiplayer stuff. It did, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Quake 3 Arena was one of the most played online
It
shooters
didn't even
of
have a
all time.
campaign. It didn't even have a
Right.
campaign.
But you're talking about specifically a single-player Quake.
Like a
I just don't see
single-player,
it
like a
happening.
You're
Quake
also
5.
talking about a different time in this world. How many
Well, I mean, Doom
games
came
and all,
back.
I understand, but back then, how many like shooters and other games were available? It's like one of those things where they had a what's the word I'm looking for? They had a not a comprehensive
Incomprehensible.
no, what the fuck?
Words.
Passable. They had a passable first-person shooter with good connectivity online. It's like, honestly, like, I played it back in the day. It was nothing that was amazing. It's just there wasn't anything else like that. The problem is nowadays, there are hundreds of games out there that are fucking amazing. You can't just put something out there that's a shooter that's like, you have to do something like Apex that takes it to that next level, that adds mechanics and things that you haven't seen before, or at least improves on them.
You know what I think? You know what I think Bethesda needs to do? I think they need to start cranking out some new IP again.
I'm not
Like
opposed
Evil
to
Within
that.
was exciting when it was announced because it was new IP.
Yeah, but I mean that
Doom,
Dishonored,
when Doom was rebooted, even though it was not a new IP, it was so refreshing. It felt new. Like they need to bring stuff back that feels new and exciting.
What if
Prey,
what
like
if
the
they have
reboot of Prey
Arcane
was
work on
exciting.
like some sort of like Elder Scrolls spinoff or Fallout spinoff?
I mean, whether it's Arcane or
Look at New Vegas. I mean, they farmed that out. you
I mean,
know?
right, true. I mean, the thing is, like Arcane or Tango Gameworks are studios that I would love to see do. I would be interested to see anything that they do.
Tango, I don't know, but
I mean, Tango.
who
seems
knows
like,
what Tango does?
I can picture Arcane doing an Elder Scrolls spin-off all about the Thieves' Den. You know, considering their back catalog with Dishonored and the first person sneaking around and magic and all that. Like, that sounds like a reasonable suggestion.
But are they gonna do? Well, I guess they could do that in the interim to keep people satisfied before Elder Scrolls 6.
Space Rim.
Starfield.
Don't
is the
forget
name of
that-
game, by the way.
Elder Scrolls Online is a thing, and they're still doing big content.
Yeah,
updates
the thing is,
for
we're
it.
always gonna get those updates on Elder Scrolls Online. It's just, and it's just one of those things that we know we're gonna see that
Fallout
just takes
card
time
game.
away. I don't know. I really hope Bethesda is great this year, but like the last 2 years, it's been not good. Like I want to remember what it felt like the year that they announced fucking Prey, the year that they announced Doom.
Yeah.
Even the year they showed Fallout 4 for the first time was super
That
exciting.
was
It
the
was.
same year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Dishonored 2,
That was a
Fallout
great
4,
Bethesda
and Doom.
conference.
Holy shit, amazing.
We weren't taking Doom seriously back then, though.
No.
No.
We were still making fun of Chris Davis.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, we were.
But okay, Bethesda, we'll see.
The good
Square
old-
Enix had a really
you
disappointing
know what?
conference
You know
last
what
year.
though? Chris Davis was right.
Chris Davis wasn't wrong.
He
You
wasn't
know
right.
what?
He was just
Chris
there.
Davis was right. I mean, he was right. He was
All right,
pretty
sorry.
right.
What'd
I'll
you
take
say?
2 out of 4.
He wasn't right. He was just there.
Hey, a broken clock's right twice a day.
Square
right?
Enix. Square Enix had a super disappointing conference last
They
year,
did.
namely because there was no Final Fantasy VII remake,
But
and
here's the twist.
there was no Avengers.
Here's the twist. Square Enix swooped in and picked up Sony's time slot for their press conference this year.
So they got something?
I mean,
they're going to
We
show
know they have something.
They've got-
They're just not showing
You know they're going to show
No,
Final
but I
Fantasy
mean,
14.
They're not gonna like pick up.
16.
14.
14? They'll find a way to show 14
they're going
again.
to show more Final
I wrote
Fantasy
down
14.
16. Is now the time that they announce?
Don't get me wrong, Brad. I want to hear about Final Fantasy 16, and I want it to be, a fucking Final Fantasy game. I want it to be fucking old school. I want it to be, I don't remember what that kind of
Can you
genre
imagine?
is, but more 10, more like 12, more like that. But I'm saying
9.
they're going to show, or 9. I guarantee you they're going to show some Final Fantasy 14, like another expansion.
Yeah.
Sure, but
I
okay.
mean,
So
it's been
then
very
15.
profitable for
If they
them.
pick up this new time slot, right? Like it kind of right out of the gate kind of tells people, okay, we're taking Sony's slot. Like we got to bring something, right? I agree with Nyan in chat. It is now or never for that Avengers game. With Avengers hype from the movie
Well, there's
being
no,
as high
there's
as
no
it is.
never. It's an Avengers game.
I know, but like, just think about
There's no never.
this is the best time imaginable to announce that game, like to reveal it.
We said that last year.
Well, no, last year was kind of, I mean, like,
In between Avengers movies?
I mean, yeah, in between, but like now it's like the Avengers are in the past. Like the Avengers as we know it are in the past. Like
They've avenged.
people are actively mourning that version of the Avengers. Right? Like, oh, that phase is behind us, right?
Sure, but
Like announce something exciting about Captain America and Iron Man and like all the Avengers everybody loves, like that, like put like a third person action game like the new Spider-Man from Insomniac.
you know which
Like,
Avenger I love? Wolverine.
Sure.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
You think they could get some X-Men in there?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, man. Okay, so, Crystal Dynamics...
Bring that Avengers
Crystal
game.
Dynamics has been working on something, right? For a
They've
very
They've been
long
working
time.
on Avengers.
Yeah. So, exactly. Since Rise of the Tomb Raider, right?
Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
No, Rise.
Oh, Rise. Yeah, right.
So it's been a long enough time. It wasn't there last year. It's got to be there this year. Also, Final Fantasy VII Remake, do we see that?
I feel like they've got to give us an
have to
update
show
on that.
something.
Like,
Brad, it's been like a decade.
I feel like, I mean, remember, dude, the first E3 I ever went to was when they announced The Last Guardian.
Oh,
We got it last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so so we see that. What form are we happy with it?
I mean,
that's a big deal,
I
right?
feel like
They
we
should.
find-
Decide if we're happy with it before we see it.
I feel like we find
Yes.
out. I feel like
I mean, I'm
anything-
just like predicting. Is it going to be a surprise or is it going to be like a?
I hope they show an in-engine scene of Cloud cross-dressing, or that the hot. What was he at the
Walmart?
Walmart.
Don-
There you go.
Don Corneo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Don
Corneo.
Corneo's mansion.
If they show that,
the
I
world
will
is
be
different
happy.
now.
But you know what?
I mean,
Here's what I'm going to predict.
yeah.
We're going to see the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and it's going to look, maybe not dramatically, but it's going to look different than the last time we
Coming
saw
for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah,
it. Dude, I mean, I feel like if we see it,
probably.
if we see it, I feel like, here's the thing, like they've also talked about it potentially being like episodic.
Yes.
If it's episodic, it's not going to span 2 consoles, right?
Oh,
Or
it will.
2 generations, right?
They might not be episodic anymore. Also,
I mean, I feel like this is the time to maybe at least find out what it is, like what
Yeah.
form it's going to take.
yeah. Okay, but realistically though, Final Fantasy 16, they announced
I
projects
would
very
love
early on. Do we see an announcement? Do they wheel out like Yoko Taro or Yasumi Matsuno saying, "Hey, look, we're gonna let one of these
No.
guys make Final Fantasy"? I mean, who's gonna
No.
make it?
Not, I
This
mean,
isn't the year.
I'll do it.
I mean, first of all,
I swear to God, if it's
I'll
if
take
it's,
that burden.
if it's Nomura or Tabata, I'm gonna scream.
I know. I feel like it's going to be one of those 2 names.
I'll do it, Brad.
See,
Here's the thing. Like,
honestly, I think a Final Fantasy 15-2 is more realistic than 16.
ooh,
I
I
Shut
don't.
your fucking
What the
mouth.
fuck are you
Davis.
talking about?
Get
They
out of my
canceled all their
house.
15 shit.
They canceled the
The
DLC.
joke
they
doesn't
already.
even
Yeah,
work.
they canceled the DLC. That doesn't
Oh,
mean
but
that a
shut your
sequel isn't
fucking
done.
mouth.
They could roll
That's
it into.
stupid.
They could roll it into Final Fantasy 16, quote unquote.
Final
Or
Fantasy 15
remember-
Ignis Returns.
15 was born from fucking
13
versus
13.
13.
Yeah, who the fuck knows, man? Anything could happen with Final
A
Fantasy.
new Nier game?
I'd be like that.
A
Dude.
tease?
Okay, guys, are you
Near
telling me right now
Platinum
that
has
Square
another
Enix,
game.
who has had historically speaking some of the worst press conferences I've seen, has the potential to roll out of there with a Final Fantasy game,
Yeah.
a fucking Avengers
Take
game,
the show.
and a Nier game?
Squeenix is the new Sony.
Just because they show an Avengers game doesn't mean it's going to be that exciting.
Uh,
Think about how excited you guys were about fucking Ultimate Alliance.
But like,
yeah,
that-
but this
that
is
was-
not going to be like Ultimate Alliance.
You say that now.
I mean, the talk
It's
of the
got Crystal Dynamics working on
this
it.
is Crystal Dynamics working on a game that is like people like a lot of comparisons being made to like how Insomniac handled Spider-Man. Like,
They gave up Tomb
Yes,
Raider to
please.
work on this Avengers game. No. It's not going to be like Ultimate Alliance. Also, isn't that game out like soon?
which
hope
one?
so.
Oh, Ultimate Alliance.
play
Yeah.
Isn't it out like in June?
We should play that.
It's the cover story for Game Informer.
It's going to be bad.
Damn.
It's going to be bad.
How dare you, Bradley?
Dude, Square Enix is all signs point to Square Enix having some stuff to show, but like I don't think I've ever seen a Square Enix conference that I was like super impressed by. Not to mention like I think a few years they haven't even done like it was kind of like is Square doing a press conference? You know what I mean? Like
Nobody knows.
Sure.
is it happening?
Wait,
the
wasn't there
press
something about a Parasite Eve remake?
What are you just
That's
fucking with
wishful
me?
thinking.
You just trying to fuck with me?
Could there be?
Yes.
No, I don't think so. They don't even have that license. Although there was recently like a trademark thing, which specifically for Parasite Eve, which was interesting because they sort of lost the rights to that name because Parasite Eve was like a fucking book or some shit, right?
Yeah,
And that's why
book and a
the
film.
third Parasite Eve game wasn't actually called Parasite Eve. But they did like trademark the name fairly recently. If Parasite Eve comes back, that would be exciting.
Hope is poison.
I would be all for that.
Hope it's poison.
Right?
But
Right,
again,
Crispy?
This is the studio that
Parasite
Don't you like
Eve
Parasite?
Battle Royale.
Hope is poison.
Okay.
made
So
they made the
Square
third
Enix.
bird for that.
Yeah, you're right. They don't have good press conferences, but we know they're working on games that are potentially
Call
exciting.
me crazy, but like, did they even do press conferences the last couple of years for Square Enix?
They did like a video
You're
last
crazy.
year.
Like video things, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we watch them?
Yes.
You're crazy.
They showed a Kingdom Hearts trailer that we watched at the Microsoft press conference, and we were like, "What?"
Oh yeah, Aqua got ordered. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, it was just underwhelming, and they didn't show Avengers, they didn't show
wanted
Final
to
Fantasy
step on
VII. That's why we were disappointed.
Step on.
Okay,
I mean, to be honest, I am more excited to see what Final Fantasy 16 is than this remake of 7.
ubiquitous software.
Oh.
Watch Dogs 3.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
they're going.
yeah.
to.
I feel like that's a
They're
given,
it's
but
in
you know
London,
what?
right?
Having played Watch Dogs 2 finally, dude, I'm fucking pumped. I think if they continue down that
Dude,
path,
Watch Dogs 2 was a disaster. It didn't even have Diane Young in it.
Okay. What? I don't. You know what?
I missed the joke.
I haven't put it together
Chad
yet,
didn't.
but it's probably gonna be bad.
Watch Dogs 3?
No, your joke.
Oh, that joke was not bad.
Watch Dogs 2 was fantastic, and you know what? I was super excited. I'm super excited to see what Watch Dogs 3 is. I'm certain that is probably a fucking given.
You know what's
Beck knows
funny?
what's up.
Think about this. Like if they're basing like Watch Dogs in like tech savvy cities, is it possible that a third Watch Dogs game
Could be in
take
Austin.
place in Austin, Texas?
The problem is
We don't have
Austin
enough.
is-
Like we're not
Austin isn't
iconic
big
enough.
enough.
No, but like a future fictionalized version of Austin,
Oh,
Texas.
I can see that.
I mean,
maybe.
possibly, but in-game
Will there
like,
be
hints
cowboys?
and some like post-launch rumors?
The problem
The problem is you wouldn't be able to
there's
drive anywhere.
one major highway, and it would always have traffic on it.
That's a traffic joke for all you Austinites out there.
no. It's supposedly going to be set in London.
Oh yeah, that was a rumor. That it was set in
London.
Miyamoto.
sucks.
We're going international.
Shigeru Miyamoto
Wait,
walks out on stage. Shiggy himself.
is this 2 conferences now that you think Miyamoto's gonna walk on stage?
Zelda and Rabbids?
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I can see the fucking Princess Zelda rabbit now.
Oh, God.
How
Oh my God.
badass would that be?
Actually, you know what? Mario and Rabbids made me a believer, so
Yeah.
fuck yes, bring it on. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
but it's a
Tingle
mostly
rabbit.
I mean, you feel like they gotta want to continue that relationship, right? That was a success
It
for
was
them.
a successful game.
Here's
that one dude cried.
Yeah. It's true.
I remember that. I remember that now.
That was the hero of E3 that year.
I think that was a big hit for them,
Yeah.
and I think they're gonna do it again.
Do we think they're gonna announce the next Assassin's Creed game?
Yes.
The DLC was Donkey Kong.
Assassin's
I think
Creed
you do
Rabbids.
Zelda and Rabbids. What other Nintendo franchise?
Assassin's
would you do it
Creed
with?
Rabbits.
Metroid rabbits.
No, you gotta do Nintendo though. But Metroid, no.
Zelda's
It's
the best.
Zelda. You do Zelda.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's the next step.
All right,
But
all right.
yes, to answer your question, Assassin's Creed, the rumors are there's a pretty big leak. Assassin's Creed Ragnarok.
I thought that was all proven
I thought
fake.
that got like
Was it
Debunked.
debunked?
The footage was.
There was like a whole post full of fucking details. Was that
Supposedly
debunked?
the post was debunked. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Maybe not.
Well, that being said, Vikings
That's
are
good.
heavily
Take some
suggested.
time
But
off.
yeah, either way, it's heavily rumored that the next Assassin's Creed is going to be Vikings.
Hey,
So.
you know what I'm ready to see come back from Ubisoft? Rayman. And you know what? I think it's time for Rayman to come back in 3D.
Another.
Who does it? I don't know.
I mean, I've never touched a Rayman game.
Hey, Rayman's cool. You've never touched a Rayman
Those
game?
Origin games
yeah.
were fucking
Really?
dope.
Yeah.
Legends was good.
Dude, that would be some shit that you could get on your Switch that you would really enjoy.
Yeah.
Those are good fucking games.
Those are really good, like co-op
platformers?
games, too.
Yeah, the platform,
The
the side-scrolling
platformers,
platformers. Yeah, and you know, like Rayman 2: Great Escape is still considered one of like the best 3D platformers ever.
All right.
So like, it'd be cool if Rayman came back
Noted.
in some form. In some form.
What else Ubisoft got?
Beyond Good and
Beyond
Evil
Good and
2.
Evil 2, yeah.
That's
Here's my prediction. Not even gonna mention
They're
it.
not going to even talk about it. No hints.
Not even gonna mention it
Yeah.
because it's
We're
not
gonna-
a video game.
Mark his
because
words.
it's not a guys. I feel like for as long as we've been going to E3, this Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been this saga, and it went through years of joking about Brad getting his hopes up about it being announced,
wait.
and then it was announced. And then they've shown it for 2 years, and now we're swinging right back into, and now we're just going to go right back to never talking about it
dude,
again.
Maybe a cinematic trailer.
I think it is
don't think
folly to think that Ubisoft, of all companies, is going to let something like that fall into obscurity.
I mean, they did it before. There was already a Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Folly! Folly!
Noted.
Not even mentioned.
All right.
Boo!
We should.
I don't know. Then some like Far Cry or some other Nick shit.
Oh.
What else does Ubisoft show? No, I'm serious. Like, what else is Ubisoft's not usually my conference. It's yours, man. So tell me what's going to
Well,
be there.
I'm not really ready for a Far Cry game now.
What else? Fucking
I'm honestly,
this guy, we're gonna see a new fucking Rainbow Six.
No, well, we're probably not going to get Rainbow Six for at least another year.
all he cares about is Splinter Cell,
Some
and
All
I
he cares about is
fucking,
Splinter Cell.
End
But we are
War
going to get
2.
a Ghost Recon, probably Wildlands 2 announcement.
By the well, first
Yeah,
note,
probably, right?
that's going to be announced. The new Ghost Recon is being announced this week, so they're probably going to
Yeah,
be
Thursday.
the gameplay reveal is probably.
I
going
got
to be
another
at their
big
conference.
prediction. Ghost Recon, like Wildlands, in a different setting, and part of the prediction is Nick gonna go. Actually, that looks pretty good. I might play that.
That's not a prediction.
That's a certainty.
That's gonna happen.
I might actually play that. That looks
You know what?
pretty good.
Fuck you guys. I'm a glass half full kind of guy. All right.
The endorphins are flowing. I'm feeling good. I think I'll
and
play
then
that.
Nick never picks it up.
Dude, Rayman Blood
No,
Dragon.
Chris Davis, he picks it up. He just never unwraps it.
Yeah, give me some fucking credit.
It
Okay.
sits on his shelf.
No, I would have to gift it to him.
Wait, did you say Ghost Recon Rabbids?
No, I said I said Rayman Blood Dragon.
That's weird.
Dude, they did that Trials Blood Dragon, right? So like, keep going with the Blood Dragon bullshit.
And you know what?
sick.
Back to the Assassin's Creed thing for a second. I loved Odyssey. I loved Origins, but I think I need a break.
Did we hold? I know I'm going during Microsoft. Did we mention a Dragon Age?
No, but come on, you're just gonna make me cry.
I would.
You
You wouldn't make this man cry on his birthday or.
I don't
day
even
after.
want to. So the whole thing about Anthem is that they were originally going to do like another Inquisition style Dragon Age, but then they basically canceled that, so all those people could help with Anthem,
Yes.
and they rebooted it.
Yes.
And the
And
plan
that
is to
was horrible.
make a Dragon Age game that's a lot like Anthem. And now I don't want to hear anything from BioWare ever again. Go away. Fuck off. You kill Mass Effect. You fucking stumbled with Anthem, or you fell on your fucking faces, and now you're gonna ruin Dragon Age. Just go away. Just fucking go away.
Yeah.
I'm not
drag
even gonna,
them. Fucking drag.
I'm not even gonna watch that EA press conference. Fuck you.
Well, it'll be EA. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking EA. Fucking
Why did a fucking
BioWare.
franchise like Star Wars have to end up with EA?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What if it ended up at Bethesda? Yeah. Think about that.
I mean,
Think about that, Nick.
Jesus
Probably be
Christ.
good.
Fucking Arcane doing a fucking,
Don't you say Jedi.
No, no.
You fucking say
No,
it.
Arcane does, fucking Dishonored Star Wars, right? Our Tango does like a horror Star Wars thing, and then fucking Bethesda proper does like a big open
like
world
Scum and
RPG,
Villains.
man.
Can you imagine? I'm
like a
picturing an
bounty
entire
hunter.
Bethesda press conference where every studio is making a fucking Star Wars
Everything.
game.
Star Wars.
Fucking Star Wars Bounty Hunter 2.
Dude.
Imagine a hardcore bounty hunter in
Which
a,
company
in a
are we talking
sci-fi
about again?
world.
Oh my
Yeah, all of
god.
them.
I mean, before EA, what were we talking about? What are we on?
No, we're just talking about what
We
our
were
dream
on-
Star Wars game would be.
Next company.
Basically, like Prey, Elder Scrolls, and Evil Within,
Yes.
but Star Wars.
Is Ubisoft going to bring anything?
I could rub my dick all over.
Is Ubisoft going to bring anything genuinely surprising that's going to be exciting?
It's gonna
it'll be a surprise.
It's going to be a new sports game that's going to be about surfing.
You know what? I remember when
Water sports.
I remember when Watch
Yeah,
Dogs was
right.
originally announced, and feeling really
extreme geocaching.
I remember when Watch Dogs was originally announced, and I
Yeah.
was super jazzed because it looked super, fresh and unique, even if it didn't necessarily pan out that way. Like, fucking bring some new IP, man. Don't have another fucking Ubisoft conference where it's like, here's a Far Cry, here's an Assassin's Creed, here's a Tom Clancy game, here's a Just Dance 5. Bring something fucking new, and then I'll...
So last year, Massive Entertainment announced early on that they are working on a Avatar project.
Oh, no! One of my worst...
Hold on, which Avatar?
Like
It
the
both
James Cameron
suck.
Avatar.
One of my worst E3 memories is watching James Cameron try to describe
Disney film.
Avatar on
Yeah.
stage
Yeah.
without any footage.
That was so bad.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying it's possible.
I heard
And you know what was the worst part about that? They ended up having to push the Assassin's Creed 2
What
reveal.
did he say?
He tried,
That's bad.
dude.
He's just
They
like,
had
he
to
went
vamp
up-
because they couldn't get the trailer.
It was
to work.
literally him.
He was
Hey,
describing things.
have you ever seen Dances with Wolves?
No, it wasn't.
It's that,
But with blue.
but with
The wolves are blue.
with more money.
Crispy, I'm not even shitting you. He was on stage in front of a red curtain
Yeah.
with no footage, nothing at all, and he sat there for probably 25 minutes describing Avatar. And at this point, nobody had seen a trailer for the movie. Like, it didn't exist in people's...
I think they showed a logo.
Yeah. It was fucked up.
Yeah, it was bad.
Anyways,
Next
next company.
Well, I mean,
What's Konami got?
so I mean, no one else
Nothing.
really has press conferences,
Yeah.
but you're probably still going to see a certain amount of things. I mean, I know you want to. Is there anything else you want to say about Capcom? From Capcom, I mean, they typically show up at Sony and Microsoft with some form of some shit. I think it might be too soon for most things, but
Probably.
if Super Secret Dino Crisis Project is a thing that exists,
Wait. There was mention about Deep Down maybe coming back.
Well, maybe as soon as that Sony Direct next week or whatever, or whatever that is. But that's
Because-
not.
Who boy?
I don't know.
Well, there's,
Well, we know they're not doing a Dragon's Dogma 2 yet because they gave the director of Devil May Cry 5 the choice between doing Devil May Cry 5 or
Yeah,
this first, and he chose Devil May Cry. So I don't think we're going to see anything about Dragon's Dogma.
there's a Dragon's Dogma anime coming.
What a
So
fucking punk.
That is true.
there is that Monster Hunter expansion.
Wait, did
Oh,
you
yeah?
say there's a Dragon's Dogma anime?
yeah, in the
What?
works. Yeah,
Oh my god.
Which means the good news is that means they're keeping
right?
it top of
I mean, it's
mind.
basically already Berserk. So
Oh my fuck.
Capcom. I think it's probably maybe too early for a Resident Evil announcement. I mentioned it earlier.
Anything-
But
okay, Rocksteady.
Okay, they have to, right? This year, it's gotta be. Oh, Kato!
What a dick. He was over there sleeping.
He barely
monster.
touched his ball.
He's cool. He's oh
my God.
He's a tough pup.
you threw a pillow at the dog.
Kato, I'm sorry. I love you, Kato. But anyway, Rocksteady.
You can blame
How
Rocksteady for that one,
downtrodden
Kato.
he is.
People in chat are.
Are we finally gonna
I'm
get
sorry, I
that
didn't heard
Aquaman
of
game
this.
that we've
First
always
Ghost
wanted?
gets ghosted, and then Kato gets a pillow
And then
thrown
Kato
at
gets
him.
pillowed. Kato, I'm sorry. Kato, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you.
All right, Rocksteady. What were we talking about?
Yeah,
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady surely has been doing something all these years, right? So what the
Yes.
fuck is it? We're gonna see it.
Is it a Batman game?
Yes.
Is it a Ninja Turtles
It's going to
game?
be a Justice League game.
No one wants that though. No one likes the Justice League.
Fuck up.
It's going to be a Suicide Squad
It's
game.
not mainstream hype anymore.
Correct.
People love the Justice League. Do you know how many death threats they send over the Snyder Cut?
Oh my
it's
god!
just-
They're
it's
not
just-
doing a Superman game. They're not doing a Justice League game. I think they've said as much. Like, are we even convinced it's a fucking comic book game? Like why is
real
this...
talk. I know y'all love those Batman games, and I do too.
They're gonna do a
But like,
Squirrel
if
Girl
they
game.
did an original IP, wouldn't that be a little bit of a bummer?
kind of?
A little.
Right? Yeah, original IP.
I mean, it kind of depends on what it ends up being. Like, if it looks
Are you
genuinely
sure?
exciting, I'll probably forget pretty quickly that it's not a Batman
first
game.
person shooter. They did a first-person shooter before Batman, and you would fucking tag team with a fireman and a policeman, and you had a taser that could set people on fire, and it was dope as fuck.
There was a first-person segment in Arkham Knight.
Green Lantern.
There was.
Yep, there was.
I don't know, man. Whatever it is, this has got... I'm tired of saying this every year. This is the year that we see Rocksteady's new game. It's got to be, right? It's got to be.
Does it?
I mean, Arkham Knight came out, what? Was that 4 years ago?
Sounds... Yeah, I think so.
What if it's a Shazam game?
Yeah, I think 4 or 5. It's
Well,
been
at
a
this
while.
point, right?
Wonder Woman game, maybe? No. That doesn't make them boatloads of money,
that
unfortunately.
wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure Kato's going to be on the podcast this week.
Who knows? What if it is just another Batman game?
But, like, what if it's
like Arkham Legend, and it's like some dude wearing a mask, and it's like, oh, it's definitely not, the Red Hood or whatever, but like...
No, do a fucking, do a Batman that's like one of these alternate universe Batmans. Like fucking,
Batman Begins.
Like West...
Do Batman Begins.
You mean Batman Beyond?
Yeah, thank you.
Batman Cowboy.
I was like, why would you want to do Batman Begins?
Not Batman Begins. Batman Beyond.
The Arkham Knight Rises.
Sorry, it's a Monday.
It's Tuesday.
Y'all want to say anything else about that Harry Potter game?
Monday is Tuesday.
Do we find out what it is?
Yeah, I think
hope
we're
it-
going to get an announcement.
We kinda
I think
know
we
from
will.
that trailer that it's like an
Do
RPG.
we know that was real? Because there was a lot of talk about it being like a mock-up.
By who?
When that footage came out, there was a lot of talk about it being like not actual gameplay of anything. But just being like
Sure. That's possible, but I'm sure someone's working on whatever that is, right? Or it was at some point.
Maybe.
That better exist, man.
I mean, somebody's working on something related to Harry Potter right now because it's big enough, and that's how it works.
Everyone's going to think Crispy is just like panting like a dog.
Come on.
What else, man? I don't know. Is Valve going to be there? Is Rockstar going to be there?
Oh, Kato.
Are we going to see Bully?
Rockstar,
Bully 2?
Rockstar never goes to E3.
Yeah,
Rockstar walks out on stage. Bully 2.
They're like, we're here
for the
and we
Nintendo
brought
Switch.
Agent.
Valve will be there in some capacity. They've got to
think
show
so?
that index. It comes out like 2 weeks later.
Valve, who's never been at
Yeah,
E3
Valve's
ever.
never like.
No,
shown-
they participated in like some VR
Sure,
stuff.
sure,
Okay.
stage shows and stuff,
Okay.
right? They were on
They'll be-
Sony
they'll-
for Portal 2.
They'll be at the PC show.
Hey,
which is
so
the thing that
Sony
happens.
press conference. No.
Jokes aside, but like Half-Life 3 will never happen, right?
Of course.
No, it will in VR. Exclusive. We talked about that last week.
Well, I wasn't
Guys,
here.
is anybody else kind of bummed that like Rockstar is probably officially working on like Grand Theft Auto 6 now?
No, I'm not. I'm excited.
I think I'm done with Grand Theft. I mean, I'll
Dude,
probably
GTA 5
I'll still
was
play it when I
amazing.
can. Dude,
But
It was-
but
it was so
the thing is, they have other IP that are dope, namely Bully.
Yes, they do a Bully, and Bully is good.
Fuck. Midnight. What's
Agent.
Midnight Club. Midnight Club. Do it. Midnight Club Austin.
Club.
don't you say agent, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Are we gonna find out what Ken Levine's been working on all these years?
Where would that even show up? I mean,
I don't PC game show. I don't know anywhere.
I would say if 2K did anything, they'd probably have.
Okay,
it there.
2K.
they don't-
Are we gonna see a new XCOM?
It's about time for XCOM
Is that-
3.
If they show it, I'm definitely gonna play XCOM 2 because I never finished it, and I've been actually craving it the past couple of
Man.
weeks.
War of the Chosen was a year and a half ago.
I want to see more games that are basically this but XCOM.
Could we get like a
More
good-
franchises.
It's gonna come out, and it's gonna be called Xbox ONE. Actually, Xbox
could we get a-
XCOM 1.
Could we get a good version of the Bureau?
Ooh, yeah, the Bureau.
Because like that looked like it could have been amazing.
Fuck
And
you,
then it
XCOM.
sucked.
but it wasn't.
The Bureau was XCOM.
No, but I want it to be like XCOM. But I want like
Yeah, I'm just saying do that, but do
I want someone to take the Game of Thrones IP, A Song of Ice and Fire, and turn it into XCOM with permadeath.
There
of
you
course.
go.
You know, just fucking give me something cool, man.
How about
Give me a Song of Ice and Fire game that's dope. I popped in that RPG that Cyanide did, like for the 360 on my stream last night.
why did you do that to yourself?
Or a couple of nights ago. When did I do that? Yeah, I popped that in. That's like an actual RPG. They tried to make an actual RPG.
And the keyword is tried, right?
I mean,
Mountain Blade 2.
you know,
Oh, Bannerlord.
it's more exciting than the Telltale game. Did anybody finish that Telltale Game of Thrones?
No, I
That's
never,
sad.
never
Why is
even
that?
started.
You finished the whole
I think
season?
George finished it.
Wait, did it?
I don't think anyone did.
No, I did.
Literally,
I remember,
no
like,
one in the
people
world
dying.
bought that last episode.
No, I finished it.
I remember Crispy talking about it.
No, I fucking finished
Yeah, you
it.
did.
If you have to think that hard about it.
It was years ago.
Is it bad?
Yes.
I mean, is it that bad though?
It wasn't good.
I mean, I'm kind of on a Song of Ice and Fire high right now.
The thing about
I played that
the thing
Cyanide
about the
RPG.
The thing about the Telltale Game of Thrones is that it's very much just doing Game of Thrones, like the tropes from the TV show.
Yes.
Just with different characters who are direct inserts of other characters.
Sure. It also came out in a time before the show was completely bad.
Right. I mean, it kind of like compared to the show now, it's fine, but like I was definitely feeling the way about that game that I feel now about the show, in that like you're just doing these superficial things that you think make this Game of Thrones.
Sure.
But like it's not interesting or fun.
Sure, but it's something. Hey, did you know Cyanide also made a Game of Thrones RTS that came out even before that RPG? There's a Game of Thrones RTS out there that's supposed to be pretty bad.
And it's not good.
An RTS.
Oh god, there was a game. Oh, 2K.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to find out about the next BioShock?
Who is making that?
It's probably
That's
2K
a
Marin.
thing? Are we sure that's
Marin's
a thing?
working on something.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they've
I think
confirmed.
it
They've
was
all but
rumored.
confirmed that there was a leak. There was an employee that was working for the.
Several years ago.
Well, there was the guy that was working for the.
What would the
team
setting of this new BioShock
the team
be?
that made Mafia, I guess, was in a studio
The
next
desert?
to another
Yeah, I
studio,
remember
and
that.
the guy was talking to someone, and he said the studio next to him is working on a BioShock.
What
game.
is the setting?
Desert.
I got it.
Underground.
The desert. Vegas.
There's got to be Snow
Ooh,
City.
there you go.
It's a Frostpunk
You start
BioShock.
by being shot in the head. And they give you a chip.
Remember, there's always a city, there's always a lighthouse, there's always a man.
Hey,
Where else could you find
I
a
don't
lighthouse?
know. I mean, then there's other stuff. Listen,
Space.
does anybody
Arctic.
have any semi-realistic dreams? I want to say one.
Mhm.
I think it's now is the perfect time for Namco to finally do Tekken Cross Street Fighter. You know, Tekken 7's been out for quite some time now.
Street
but-
Fighter 5's been out for quite
But
a while.
at Evo this year, Tekken has got the highest amount of interest I think it's ever had, and it's like number 2 right behind Smash Ultimate, which is obviously number 1. It's ahead of Street Fighter, which I don't think it's ever been. Like, people are hyped about Tekken, even though the game's been out for years. You know, a lot of reason people are hyped just because like Akuma's dope in that game. You know, Geese is dope in that game. Like, I think they're ready. They could do a Tekken Cross Street Fighter like they said they were going to do years ago. That project probably got canceled and rolled into what Tekken 7 became. But man, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
I wish I had something to add to that. But
I wish I cared.
Well, y'all don't have to care. Now, y'all tell
Definitely
me something that
so,
you care
so
about.
Here's
and I'll
a scary question. Here's a
punch it
scary
to death.
question. What does Sega have?
What Nintendo don't?
Sega? They have fucking Sonic.
You fucking set him up for that one, buddy.
Do you,
You
honestly
can't
think?
softball it in there like that.
Do you think there's a Sonic game tie-in for the movie?
oh
No.
God.
They're remaking the movie.
They're remaking the movie, yeah, but just think about it, man.
Oh my
I
God.
can
Oh my
picture
god!
that
Could you
being a
imagine a
thing.
video game version of Jim Carrey's Doctor?
But no, a video game version, but they couldn't afford to like redo that Sonic, so
It's gonna be
it's the
FMV.
shitty human teeth Sonic just for the game.
The game's gonna be FMV.
It happens, man. There was that Spy Hunter game starring The Rock because there was going to be a
Spy
movie,
Hunter, yeah.
Spy Hunter, starring The Rock, but the movie got canceled, but the game still came out. He's on the
Don't tell
cover
me
of
that
the box.
movie
and everything.
didn't become a Fast and the Furious movie.
No, but the thing is, I think they filmed a lot of it before they canceled it. So
Wait, that movie never came out?
Somebody has some film reels of that out there somewhere.
That's funny. I thought that movie actually did come out.
Like
I'm
people
telling you.
people in chat are like sharing some dreams. I see Mad World too. That'd be sick.
Oh.
That would be sick. But you know, Platinum Games has still.
My dream is never
Man,
going to
that
happen.
would be sick.
My Sega dream is never going to happen.
Oh,
I'm ready for fucking Alien Isolation 2. Never going to happen.
System Shock 3.
Yeah, but that's not exciting.
Wait, System
How
Shock
is
3.
that not exciting?
Because it's being made by some bootleg studio.
Wait, what?
Oh shit!
Fucking Night Dive?
Yeah, Night Dive, who's only ever ported shit, and now they're going to make a sequel to one of the greatest games ever. I mean, excuse me for being a little skeptical.
And Warren Spector is part of the
Warren
project?
Warren Spector is directing it.
Yeah, but Warren Spector also did Epic Mickey 2. But like, I'm just listen. I'm
Hey, at
just a
least
little.
Mickey
Hey,
sounded
I'm
good
a
in
little
that game.
skeptical.
Pretty good.
I'm a little skeptical, but you know what? I'm also skeptical about Bloodstain. To be fair, and that's fucking Igarashi. It looks like Castlevania. It smells like Castlevania. I mean, it doesn't look like Castlevania. It looks like shit. It looks like shit, but it smells like Castlevania.
I hope
It kind of sounds like Castlevania.
I hope we get some kind of like crazy bat.
Oh, Other Side Entertainment, even worse. No. The System Shock 1 remake, I think, is Night Dive, right?
You're right. I'm sorry.
System Shock 1 remake is
Yeah.
yeah.
System
That's
Shock
also
3
exciting,
is
you know?
Other Side Entertainment, who's also done almost nothing. So, excuse me. But, you know, Bioshock in Vegas could be cool.
What about the guys who made Soma and Amnesia?
Oh.
Fractional?
Frictional.
Frictional. Yeah.
Frictional games.
It's been like 3 years since
Again,
Soma.
though, where do you see that show up at E3? Like, I can't picture anywhere where you're going to see that announcement come through, unless the studio just announces it because it's E3 week and they were like, want to.
Some
be part
people
of it.
do that.
They could self-publish.
Ride the train.
They
True.
could go with, whoever's doing that farming simulator.
Or
Force
True
Interactive.
pipe dream. It's not gonna happen because I think it's pretty much officially dead. But Cam Drum comes back.
What is Camdrum?
I don't know. I don't know. It
I
haunts
can't-
me. It haunts me.
I can't believe this song. It's been
That's
4
gonna be the
years.
entirety of
5
that
years.
No, it's
that
been
Sony.
more than
that
that,
Sony
yeah.
Direct thing. That's going to be all it is.
Yeah, and
that 9-minute thing is just gonna be
my
Cam
my
Drum.
backup dream is that like Randy Pitchford gets busted in like an illegal exotic animal ring.
He
They
gets
take him
arrested
down on
something,
stage.
like,
He gets arrested
something
on a stage.
stupid happens and he gets like fucking arrested at E3.
And they put him in handcuffs, but he has like a magic trick and he gets out of them.
He's like, "Ah, you'll never catch me!"
And then he jumps on the back of his cheetah and rides away.
I'm a victim.
Oh my god!
Exactly.
Somebody
Why would
animate
you
that.
fuck me like this?
Please God, somebody do a 4-player animated of that. Oh my god, I would pay so much money for that. Whew.
But then this is in the animation, and now you're like sucking dicks. We've done that bit before. And then they animated it.
Yeah. You got a little something right here.
Oh,
Oh, what?
It's
you're still holding the dick, Henry. I mean, what?
Jesus Christ, Brad.
I say Henry a lot.
I bet.
I call my dogs Henry sometimes.
Oh my god, this just
Don't
got.
animate that, please.
Sorry. It is my most spoken word, so
Oh my goodness,
yeah, don't animate that part.
this just got out of hand. Whew. All right, do we have anywhere else to go before we read some
The
predictions?
one thing I
from-
forgot to mention was the new,
Fucking A.
like the Harry Potter Stardew Valley game.
what?
Witchbrook?
Witchbrook.
Oh
You
yeah.
think we're gonna see that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
I know,
little
there's a
indies.
lot of indie games we're gonna see.
We'll probably see a lot of Nintendo's.
Probably, well, we
Yeah.
might see that at Microsoft.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah,
Shit.
I forgot what it's called.
Witchbrook?
Witchbrook.
Yeah, no.
Witchbrook. Okay. I
Oh,
can't-
just
Probably,
fucking
right?
anything from Devolver.
Oh,
Oh
Devolver,
god, well they're
fuck
gonna do
yeah.
their the kind of ridiculous press conference again. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's not gonna be very
Nina
exciting.
whatever is coming back.
Yeah. We haven't really mentioned Cyberpunk 2077 much, did we? Or did we talk about that at Microsoft?
Oh, you think
briefly-
that
Yeah,
might
it's
be at
gonna
E3?
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, it's gonna be there.
That's
It's gonna look
Microsoft.
cool. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're all gonna stop thinking about.
I'm
video
worried
games.
that-
Some guy, hold on, I got it right now. Some guy's gonna come out on stage and play like a live demo, but he's gonna have like a robot arm. Like he's gonna be he's missing an arm, and he's
He,
gonna
like,
have like a prosthetic.
plugs it into his skull.
Yeah, and he's gonna be like, I am Cyberpunk, and he's gonna fuck yeah.
I'm worried that it might just be like a cinematic trailer
No, why? I mean, why would? Okay,
because
there
they don't
Crispy
need to
goes
show
again.
more of the game. Maybe.
Well, no, dude. Remember, we saw after they
We did see that long
after
like,
the
yeah.
the first time they showed us
know.
the Witcher gameplay. We saw new gameplay every year until it released.
we did.
Yeah, I know, but they also did cinematic Witcher trailer after they had already shown
They did.
Witcher Behind Closed Doors gameplay.
I am confident as hell that we're going to see new gameplay of Cyberpunk 2077.
I know, but you realize that gameplay that they showed y'all at E3, they eventually released that to the public.
They did.
So people have already seen it. So what I'm saying is a gameplay trailer might not be hype anymore. They might just do like some cinematic thing that looks really sick.
Well, there was like,
You know,
they made a
because
big
I mean
point-
that stuff was really popular for Witcher. Like people really liked those.
They
Like
made a big point
killing
of-
monsters.
of
You know, like
pointing out-
fucking people jerked off on
Yeah, but what I'm
Geralt's
saying
face.
is, even though they were releasing those trailers, the cinematic trailers for the public, they were still showing new gameplay to people behind closed doors.
There was there was
I'm
like
sure
a
they
couple
will.
saw
months
new
ago there was a
gameplay.
whole thing about how like the gameplay has completely changed since the E3 demo.
really
Like that the game is apparently like
Third
way
person?
different now.
third
which
person.
they'll probably show off if that's the case.
Yeah,
Like
no.
they're gonna have some like crazy 45-minute presentation where they're gonna show.
Yeah, no, that's going to be
The
there.
game.
I'm specifically talking about what they might show on a stage.
Oh, stage.
Oh yeah, that'll be a cinematic trailer on the stage. I'm almost positive.
Great.
Sorry.
Destiny 3?
Yes, I mean definitely.
Where do we see that though?
Sony, right?
I mean,
They do
if
a lot of
Activision
exclusive
was
stuff
still
with
publishing
Sony.
it,
Yeah. I mean, it's Activision, and they've been doing a lot of exclusive stuff with Sony. Destiny 3 is probably definitely going to be a thing. Big story there is darkness-based subclasses, maybe a new class of Guardian.
Whoa, a new class.
And the darkness is
Do they have 3 abilities this time?
they're gonna unveil the darkness. You little bitch, Brad. You little fucking bitch.
I mean, that's not news.
Oh fuck!
I don't know. I got nothing written down. What, do you have a pipe dream, Nick? Nolan? Did y'all say any dreams?
I don't have any pipe dreams.
Realistic,
Brad.
semi-realistic dreams?
Any pipe dreams that I have would probably be fucking Sony related.
I want to see my Richter amiibo, damn it.
Will that make you happy?
Yeah.
No.
They've already shown the Simon one.
Oh, you know what? Oh, we haven't mentioned Dying Light 2. We'll
that'll
probably-
be
Yeah.
at Microsoft.
That'll be Mike. Yeah, I think Mike. Yeah.
I mean, if we see it on a stage, it'll be Microsoft.
It might
I'm sure
not even be on a
it'll
But
be.
yeah, it might.
stage.
They've shown a lot of that game.
I'm sure it'll be on the show floor, whether they actually show it at a
Do
conference.
we have
or
an
not.
official release date for it?
No.
I think
No.
we'll get one.
I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, Chris Avellone is writing the story, and he has been shit-talking current season of Game of Thrones on Twitter, so that's a plus.
Good sign.
Yeah, but everybody has.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that,
I
that's,
mean, it's real
that's
low.
good.
That's a good sign. right? He's not watching it going like, oh, this is pretty good. Sorry, Nick. But he's a professional writer. You know?
I will eject you from this podcast.
It would be really distressing if a professional writer liked what was happening.
I have no pipe dreams.
Bandai
to be
Namco-
fair,
be fair.
I'm usually acknowledging the
fair.
criticism, but saying that I'm still enjoying
I
it
know.
regardless. That is what I'm saying.
I think Stephen King said
Fuck
he likes
off.
the current season.
Fuck Stephen King.
Just kidding.
Bandai Namco is probably the biggest mystery publisher because other than Code Vein, they've released their entire everything they announced in 2018.
Every time I think about
I
I would
Code
like
Vein-
to see a new
What are you talking
Gundam
about?
game because this is like a big Gundam year. They're doing like a bunch of new anime. It's
yeah.
like there's a big anniversary. I think this is the like 40th anniversary or something.
Yeah, and a new One Piece game, because those are always good.
Oh, you didn't mention EA because fuck EA, but fucking they're
Yeah.
doing their EA Play
You didn't
thing
play that.
the
You didn't play
weekend
that
before
Gundam.
E3.
Oh, right.
And that's where they're showing off the new Star Wars gameplay. I got invitations to it. We got invitations to it. Like, no, I'm not.
Oh, E3.
Yeah, we're not going. We're
Nick,
not
just
flying
go
to
to LA a week early.
We're not flying to LA early to go to your stupid
So we
EA
can play
thing.
10 minutes of Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes. By the way, that shit better be at like the Microsoft booth or something. Because
I mean,
if
if
it's
playable at EA Play, it's going to
if
be
it is restricted,
playable on the
if you have to go to EA Play to fucking play that game, fuck.
Here's my pipe
Dude,
dream, Brad. Here's my pipe dream.
You think?
Binding of Isaac 2.
Could be.
What?
Binding of Isaac 2.
No. The Last of Us 2, they announced factions. That's my pipe
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
that could
yes.
happen.
yeah.
And now,
Also, I could see them not doing
dream.
factions.
Go fuck yourself in the
3
butthole.
Look what happened to Uncharted. Wait, no, Uncharted 4 had multiplayer.
Uncharted
Yeah.
4 had multiplayer.
Dude, I'm
Yeah, of
almost
course. Last of
why
Us.
wouldn't
What
I
am
just want to fucking
What am I
know
thinking
what
of
it
that
is.
lost multiplayer?
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed.
Assassin's Creed,
Creed.
Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank lost multiplayer.
All right, are we ready for
Spelunky
some?
2, I think we'll see some stuff about it.
Are we ready to
it's
read
only
That's a
coming.
good
predictions?
pipe dream. Ubisoft comes out and says, okay, we couldn't figure out how to make Assassin's Creed multiplayer work in Assassin's Creed, but we're making a standalone game that is Assassin's Creed multiplayer with a new IP.
Assassin's Creed Battle
They
Royale.
did it with
mean,
the boats.
Did that game ever
We
come
did
out?
it with the boats.
No, it never
No,
came
not
out.
yet.
Blood and Bones?
It's
Is that what
Skull and
Assassin's
Bones.
Creed.
Skull and Bones?
There's 100 assassins.
Kill them all.
There's only 4 NPCs.
Okay, don't die.
Dude. That could work.
Oh my god!
But if you kill one of the NPCs, they explode.
Yeah.
Are we ready to read some questions from Patreon? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
so these are going to be some questions like usual, intermixed with some predictions, E3 predictions. All right.
Slop them up.
Okay. Fuzzy Turd says, "You're forced." Okay, I haven't.
Your foreskin?
Well, every time I'm like, why did I not screen these?
Wow.
It starts with "you're forced to," so I'm not really
Jesus.
ever sure what's going to come after this.
Right.
You're forced to exclusively and for the rest of your life. I don't want to read this. You read this.
Okay.
You read this, Brad.
Eat cereal. Yes.
You are
I'll
forced
take
to
it.
exclusively and for the rest of your life eat weird pink turds that are really grainy and taste like turds, but are just a little more flamboyant in appearance to make it tolerable. You know, like
Pass.
a sausage. The only ways out are A, cannibalize a child in a survival situation.
Cannibalism.
Right.
B,
But it's a survival
Hey!
situation.
Yes, it is a survival situation.
B, fly in a plane piloted by an AI. Okay. I think we already
So,
did
like
that.
real life?
He's talking to me because I said
C, admit Alan Wake is only an
these are
alright
all for
game
Nick.
with lame combat.
fuck you. We're not answering this question.
Why pink
I would never
turds?
admit that because that's false.
Why are they pink?
I don't.
To make it fun?
I feel.
Make it flamboyant.
They're Pepto turd balls.
I feel attacked because all three of these are aimed at me.
You wouldn't fly in a plane with an AI?
No, I would not fly in a plane without a pilot.
Iron Man does it.
I would not fly in a plane without a pilot.
But what is a pilot?
A human being there ready to take.
I'll go sit in the cockpit.
Oh my god.
Nick, at the
What about
last-
remote-
We're not
Remotely-
having this conversation.
What if it's remotely flown?
Have the last 3 years taught you nothing? People are trash.
Someone's
Yeah,
in a simulator.
What
On
if
the ground.
Randy Pitchford's flying the plane?
Right. He's like, I'm totally certified. I got my pilot's license.
I think I heard
Because he
this-
beat up the
I'll be
pilot.
honest, guys. I would probably just eat the grainy pink turds because I
What?
couldn't do any one of these. I'm not going to
couldn't do
cannibalize.
any one of
son
those.
of a bitch.
I'm not
Okay.
going to cannibalize a child.
How many
Or
turds?
admit Alan Wake is lame, which is basically the same thing as cannibalizing
How
a child.
many turds would you have to eat before you realize that like nobody gives a shit what your opinion about Alan Wake is?
It's the principle of it.
It's the principle.
I think I was
As
reading.
he shoves more pink turds
All of
into
the
his
turds,
mouth.
Crispy. All of the
It's
turds.
the principle of it.
Damn it. Next question. Zero Skies says, what has been your most embarrassing online alias name, whether it was your email, forum username, or online gaming tag?
Nick's pink candy cane.
Weirdest online alias.
I don't think I've had any embarrassing tags. The only thing that I think is embarrassing is back in the days of AOL, I had like 5 or 6 different screen names that I would just like switch between constantly.
I'm embarrassed because because for the longest time I couldn't think of anything creative because I was like, what the heck? I couldn't think of anything that I liked. So I just ended up going with stupid variations of my name and my birthday, which I fucking hate. And
That is also
little did
not
I know
secure.
I'd be stuck with them for fucking ever.
It's not a good idea. You shouldn't do that.
Well,
What
yeah.
did I go? I had a lot of characters in my mud. I think my first ever character was named Bahamut, but
Bobbit? Like
Bahamut.
Bahamut.
Bahamut. But there was one of my characters that I made. It was when I like left and came back. In retrospect, didn't seem all that exciting for a fantasy-based mud, but I had been playing a lot of Suikoden 3, and one of the most powerful characters in combat in that game is named Juan. So I just named my character Juan, and everybody thought I was, Hispanic.
One in a million?
Because everyone had names like
a good place.
Tyrion, and because, they just ripped names from like fantasy novels and stuff.
It's actually like Juan.
Yeah, it was just Juan. Juan.
Wow.
Nerd.
But I thought it was cool because I like Suikoden 3.
That's pretty good.
Juan was really good. He attacked like 18 times in a row.
My first.
He was the best one in the game.
I mean, he was. I mean, one of the best.
My first online screen name was Elite Four Chris.
That's pretty.
Like how the Elite Four in the Pokemon games were always called like Elite Four so and so, Elite Four whatever.
This is a bad idea, dude. People are gonna like find old message board posts.
Yeah.
This
back when I was
This question
racist.
is a trap.
I was racist. Oh my god.
He did live in Florida.
Busted. All right.
You got me.
Next question.
Here's your homework for the week. Find some time that Crispy said something racist on
Find
the
some
internet.
dirt.
Something really fucked up.
Oh my god. Mr. Green Toast asks, since this is your 600th podcast, quote unquote,
Oh, yeah, it is.
what were some highlights you recall from over the years to maintain the podcast to keep up and stay on topic?
From
I don't know if this is I think
What?
Oh, he's saying the question is to stay on topic because it's our 600 podcast.
what were some highlights you recall from over the years to maintain the podcast to keep up and stay on? Oh, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't really understand the question. I think it's worded strangely.
No, I think what he's
You
saying,
read it.
Oh my god. What's one improvement or change?
No, that's the
Since this is a 600 podcast, what were some highlights you recall from over the years to maintain the podcast and keep up and stay on topic?
So you left out a period.
Yeah. Who needs punctuation, Nick?
Oh my god. Sorry.
I mean, I think we've brought this up. This question's been asked multiple times. I mean, we've
There's all kinds of
reminisced.
memories because we're such great friends.
we've
And we
reminisced
do all
plenty
kinds of
times.
silly shit together.
Yeah.
to stay on top.
Oh, that just made me think of Mr. Hank.
Oh,
Mr.
Jesus.
Hands.
Sorry, us talking about literally the first time meeting Joseph, and then like talking about Mr. Hands.
I mean, every
was-
Tuesday or whatever day we did, setting up physical speakers and putting a microphone next to him to have Joseph dialed in.
Oh
I don't think we kept that up for that long, but it was pretty funny.
My theater frat story? Green
yeah,
zone.
with the story we've told several
fart
times about
story.
Yeah.
about Nolan farting during the green zone.
Yeah.
That was a great. That was a great. I'm glad I was there for that.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a story about Joseph had this black dildo and someone put it in their mouth and it like almost knocked their teeth out or something?
I think
No!
that was just Joseph's regular weekend.
I think that's probably a story Joseph told on
Am
Cocktail Time.
Am I just thinking about something else? Okay.
Yeah, it was a black dildo that was a bottle opener.
Yeah, he had that wooden dildo that was a bottle opener, and it was like, yeah,
Yes, I remember it, he like.
it was made of hardwood.
Of course, as it should be.
Got it?
Oh my goodness.
It was made of bone.
Favorite.
I don't know if that was actually a thing, but like, let's just say it was.
No, that was at PAX one year. I don't remember
Those
where.
were intoxicated.
I don't remember. Was it just something he had on his shelf or something?
Yeah, it's just like something he had in his apartment.
I feel like all of our most interesting stories involve something in Joseph's apartment.
a chatter brought it for him that year.
Oh, right. Yes, that does make sense.
I think
You're
I'm
mixing
mixing.
stories.
Oh, the
yeah,
bronze
because there was the statue of Poseidon that like
During his little like
During
Santa
during
SantaCon.
SantaCon.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
That's a great story. But you have to, if you have no idea what we're talking about, it's on an episode of Cocktail Time, and someone did a 4-player animated of it at some point. It's out there.
Yes.
But the black dildo bottle opener was definitely real.
Yeah, someone brought that to him at PAX. And
Chipped
we
my
got-
tooth, but it felt pretty good in my ass.
Every week there's something. Okay. Anything else we want to mention? Wait, what?
Next question.
Next question from By the Goddess. What's one improvement or change you'd really want to see in The Last of Us Part 2? Also, with Ellie being the main focus, how do you think Joel will be handled? Will he be more of a supporting character, or will they just kill him off as a motivating factor for Ellie to seek revenge?
This isn't Game of Thrones. I don't think Joel's gonna be killed. I do think he's gonna be. I think it's gonna be similar to the first game where you're playing mainly as Ellie, and maybe during one or two like scenarios you play as Joel. I think you're gonna play most of the game as Ellie. As far as what do I think?
They're keeping something from us, though.
Well, of course they are.
there is something about Joel that they are keeping close to their chest because
What if Joel got killed
I don't think
minutes
so.
after the last game ended?
Yeah.
Like minutes. Like
he
you know, do you fucking believe me or whatever the fuck, however that game ended or whatever. And then like fucking
He just has a heart attack and
gunfire.
dies.
No, like you know, I mean, they just escaped like
Like
very
an-
violently
like-
a facility.
like Last of Us 2 picks up like minutes later, he gets like shot and killed, and then immediately does like a 10 years later or something. And it
Yeah,
jumps.
something like that, right? Some super.
I mean,
stark and-
I know y'all like to talk about it, how like you don't think Joel's dead and like she's talking to him like in her head or whatever, but I could totally see this game going.
yeah,
on.
I could see
like,
that too.
And I
feel
can also
that's
see
so
that-
fucking hack.
But like I can
Yeah.
also see
Like,
Naughty
that's
Dog
so-
making
But
it
I mean, the
interesting.
first game was a little tropey,
Fucking
dude.
hack. Like
First game was a little tropey.
But like
it
tropey,
was, but like there was stuff. There was like subtextual things going on there. Like violence as a video game narrative was like a big part of that game, and I just don't see like I don't see there being like some sort of like death without it having like some actual like
Some meaning or
narrative
some
weight.
some
Like
a reason for it
like
to
I don't
be
see
there.
it just being like, oh, she's crazy. Like
I don't think she's crazy. I think it's literally just going to be her,
Yeah, that doesn't
like
have to mean
the
she's
way
crazy.
of her in her mind, her way of like
Yeah, Joel's just a forced ghost
talking
now.
her way through her life. Like Joel is her point of reference.
He's a forced ghost.
Yes,
that's
he's a force
mental
ghost.
illness.
No, it's not.
No, we're not talking about mental illness. Like literally just talking about like having
Yeah,
mental
I know.
conversations.
I mean, you're
with
talking
yourself.
about like a narrative framing device that,
Yes.
that just like isn't like is not at all
Maybe that first
part of the
trailer.
fabric of the first game.
Maybe that first trailer is not really all that indicative of anything that how that game.
that's kind of what I've been saying.
It's possible.
Like I don't
but that he could still be dead.
I don't
Like almost like it was a device just for that trailer.
Brad, no one's ever really gone.
But isn't what's his name, Troy Baker, already like talking about working on this one?
no, he's in it.
Yeah,
he's definitely
he's-
in it.
Okay.
Like
Well, they just finished
they
all
just-
the mocap for him. Like
Yeah,
a week
exactly.
ago.
I saw
Yeah.
mocap pictures.
he's in it. The question is his character actually alive and in person with?
I really just see him as being like a background character. Like the first game is Joel's story. The second game is Ellie's story. Like
yeah.
And you
Like-
could be right. Like I
Although she did.
I
have
think
that
it's
DLC.
interesting that we're
What if
like
Ellie's not even the main character?
oh, they do a Metal Gear Solid 2 and
what if you're playing as the
as
chick?
Nadine.
No, the chick that she's.
No,
that
someone
yeah.
completely new you've
Yeah.
never seen
That's-
before.
yeah,
What about the
is her name?
the
That's what
chick
I'm-
that she's dancing with in the trailer?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't,
I don't
remember
know-
her fucking
I
name.
don't
It's not
remember any-
Nadine.
No,
Do we
that's
know
not-
her?
that's
No, Nadine is
Uncharted.
from Uncharted 4.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to be Tommy.
No.
No.
And it's played by Nolan North.
I bet Tommy's like not around.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Tommy, or he's going to be like one scene. I mean, I guess they did go back to Tommy's town, so he's definitely got to be in the game, probably.
Either way, I think it's really interesting that they've
Tommy's
kept
town.
this so close to their chest that it's kind of like it could go either way.
We spent a lot of
And we're
time on
able
this
to have
question.
these kinds of conversations. All right. Umos says this is related to E3. I'm hoping for more info on Cyberpunk 2077. Are y'all? Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Very easy. Absolutely. 110%.
Definitely.
I really want to like tightly monitor our intake of Cyberpunk hype because
It's still 3 years away,
it's
probably.
still 3 years away, and it's gonna be a long.
That's the sad part. Like we can
it's gonna
go.
be a rough ride.
I could go to E3 and watch them play that game and be like super hype about it, but I still going into it know that like whatever I
It's gonna be a
see,
while.
it's gonna be a long time.
Can you believe Cyberpunk was announced before Witcher 3?
No.
That's nuts. Winter Bell or Winter Rebel says, "What are your thoughts on quote unquote next gen consoles? Also, what if instead of a in between generation, they sold console specific interchangeable parts?" So people who maybe couldn't afford to upgrade a whole console could bump their specs up over time like PCs. Wouldn't that just make consoles into PCs basically?
Yes.
And I feel like the
This
appeal
has been talked for a while.
but I feel like the appeal of consoles, the reason why they are such a success is specifically because they are appealing to people who aren't interested in the main like maintaining a PC, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I'm not sure if that's, not to mention I'm not sure if that's I guess it depends
it's
on
been
the
one of
pricing.
those
I'm not sure if
things
that's
where
financially
Ever since
beneficial to them.
consoles, for the most part, have been around. I mean, they starting from maybe like the PS, even PS2. There's been ways to expand them.
Yeah.
They've gotten easier. It's super easy to swap out a PS4 hard drive with a different drive.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them doing something similar where the components are fairly easily accessible to where, you could swap out the video card or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see them doing like a CPU thing.
Well, the thing is, I know, like if you buy a console now, they have factory seals on them. So if you break factory seal,
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Is like I could easily see them doing something where there is an easily accessible component on like the side of the machine where you unscrew this thing, and all of a sudden you can pop out the video card and pop in a new one or something like that.
I think that would be. I think that would be cool.
With their hard
that's what I'm saying. They have that with the hard drive. I can see them in theory doing it with. I mean, like I said, I don't see them doing that with CPU, just because you have to do with thermal paste and cooling, and that's a big deal. That's something easily fucked up. If you like do that incorrectly, you can kill your system. But swapping in and out like memory, like RAM, hard drive, video card, that stuff I could easily see.
The only problem is when you start turning consoles into component-based units, like suddenly you have an uneven playing field. And one of the appeals of developing for consoles is
everyone's on the same playing
everybody's
field.
on the same playing field. Even though introducing these mid-generational steps is kind of also starting to fuck that up. And then we talked about next-gen hardware at the beginning of the show and stuff. So Illumination 83 as our last question, or E3 prediction, says E3 predictions, Elder Scrolls, or she says Elder Scrotum. I mean Elder Scrolls. I don't
Tell us how you really feel, am I right?
Exactly. Also, I'm pretty sure they've already said Starfield comes first, then Elder Scrolls 6. So I don't think we'll see anything of Elder Scrolls 6 for a while. Another Super Mario game. I think Nintendo's pretty packed this year.
They are.
I don't think
they definitely are. I don't see them. I mean, they already announced Mario Maker 2.
I mean, we could maybe see it like they did Galaxy 2 like a year after Galaxy, so maybe
I could see them doing like a Mario Tennis, some shit like that. Yeah. I can see them doing, but I don't think we're gonna get another mainstay.
I think
like a Mario Iliad.
I wouldn't put it past them to do another Mario Odyssey like 2 or something, but like I think that's probably a ways away. Like I don't think it's gonna be this year. They have a pretty packed show already.
Mm-hmm.
A Kojima appearance. We talked about the possibility of that for Death Stranding specifically,
but this time Kojima's gonna be in the game.
They just release Kojima somewhere in the theater.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's here. And Illumination says a horror game. That's a pretty broad. I feel like there's always
playing it safe. I like that.
Yes. There we go. This is playing bingo. Just keep very general ideas. I'm sure there will be a horror game of sorts there.
Horror game.
They're kind of the new jam. She also says, podcast question: who would you marry, boink for the night, or cheat? Fuck, marry, kill. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Bowser, Titus, or Mr. X?
Maybe she's saying cheat because, like, you guys are all married.
Oh.
I mean, two of us
I'm not.
I'd fuck Bowser, but I'd bring the crown.
There you go. I was going to say I'd fuck Mr. X, but I'd bring the crown.
Wait, what were the three choices?
We don't know what Mr. X turns
Titus,
into.
or Mr.
I know
X.
what Bowser turns into
Mr.
with the
X.
crown.
From Resident Evil 2 remake.
2. And then Titus, like from Final Fantasy X?
I guess so, yeah. That's the way it's spelled.
I would definitely kill Titus.
What,
yeah,
that
but I feel like, sadly, as much as I love Final Fantasy
that
X,
hairless twink boy Titus?
I would marry Mr. X because I feel like he could keep me safe.
and he's always there for you.
Yeah,
always.
He would always just be, I feel so safe in his big arms.
Always be there.
That's so sweet.
Yes.
Fuck Bowser?
Yeah. You can hold on to the shell, the spikes, get some good friction going.
Ooh.
Good friction, yeah. Because that's what you're looking for.
Brad, do you have any input here?
I told you.
Oh,
I'd fuck Bowser.
What about Mary and Kill?
I'd fuck all of them. That's always my answer.
Oh, that is all right. That's his default answer. There we go. I think that's it for questions from Patreon and predictions and whatnot.
You said questions.
Talk much?
Oh, fuck off. Oh God. Oh man. Beck prediction: Mad Max 2.
What was that?
As in like the
Beyond
Avalanche Mad
Thunderdome?
Max.
Beyond Thunderdome?
I would love a Mad Max 2, but there is almost no way that game was a success for them, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Hope Suikoden 6?
wow.
That's stupid, but you do you.
Question: if you could get your hands on any game at this year's E3, what game would it be?
Last of Us.
If we get our hands on specifically.
We don't know all the games that are going to be there.
Yeah, it's hard to say that, but I feel
If
like
we're just saying like games,
Last of Us.
Death Stranding.
Cyberpunk.
But
I'd like to play that game.
I would love to play Cyberpunk for once. I will say I do feel like I would love to get my hands on Ghost of Tsushima. That would be pretty cool. But as far as Death Stranding goes, as tempting as it is, I kind of want to just ride this fucked up wave.
Dude, I don't want to know shit about that game until it's in my hands in my console.
I got it. I'd like to get my hands on Beyond Good and Evil 2 and just fly in a direction and just see anything. Find any content. Find a video game.
Find a video game.
Prove it to me.
I want to get in a ship in this
Fucking
video
prove it to
game,
me.
fly in a direction until I find.
I want to see the
game.
one city that they've shown so far, and I want to fly like 10 feet out of the direction that they've shown and see if there's anything there.
Well, it's still in development.
For the next 14
The
years.
developers are writing the code for the game as you fly. Furiously typing.
The fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt's there furiously coding.
I forgot he was a part.
Furiously stealing content from people.
Oh my god, I forgot about that aspect of it too. Oh my god, they ever said anything else about that?
No.
Wow.
I fucking smacked down on that one.
Okay, last one. Mr. Green Toe says, I hope to see a news Destroy All Humans. That's interesting, but not going to happen. New Saints Row. That's potentially
that's
gonna happen.
possible.
Saints Row 5.
Especially since there's a new
Possible.
movie. That they're gonna be making.
or Agents of Mayhem.
No.
And then somehow some news on Dead Island 2. Dude, Dead Island 2 is dead. There's no way, right? There's no way.
That's supposedly still coming.
There's no fucking. Why would they do that? Why would they do that when they have Dead Island 2? Or
It's not the
Dying
same
Light.
series.
Dude, it is the
it's
same.
better.
Being published by Deep Silver, not Tech.
Oh, God.
Yep.
But it's Techland doing it, isn't it?
Everyone knows that
Doing
zombies
Dying Light 2.
There's been 3 Dying Light games.
are a real
This is
bust.
the 4th one. No, there's been 5. There's been 4 There's been 4 Dead Island games.
Okay, there you go.
There was like a Dead Island
Riptide.
Riptide. There's Dead Island, that really crappy one, like
All of them?
Dead Island.
The survival one.
no, the one that had like a weird art style,
Oh.
like
I don't know.
Moving on.
and there was like a MOBA, the Dead Island MOBA.
All right.
It's a-
I think we're done with our E3 predictions and reading through all of our questions from supporters on Patreon. Thank you guys for supporting us on
What's
Patreon.
the Walking Dead spinoff show?
Fear the Walking Dead?
It's like Fear the Dead Island or some shit. I'm serious. It was like a thing. It had got terrible reviews and it was a unique art style.
All right, we need to wrap this show up. First of all, thank you guys so much for writing in. If you're a supporter on Patreon, we appreciate it. If you want to support us on Patreon, you can ask us questions every week for as little as $1 a month. You can support us at patreon.com/4Player. We really appreciate it. Reminder, we're still playing Devil May Cry 3 as part of the Revival Club in May. And I think it's time to wrap the show up. Do you want to do a 4-player minute or just like say something like our most hype or whatever?
I do have a 4-player minute.
All right, 4-player minute it is.
I'm not
Brad,
ready.
go.
My thank you is going to be for the handful of people who sent me cool Steam gifts last night. That was very nice of you. My fuck you goes to the Epic Game Store. That's current, right? Fuck you to
Yeah.
myself, or fuck you to... Okay, so there was a game that I had heard talked about on a podcast, like, oh, this game actually looks cool. Let me go check it out on the Steam store, see what people say about the game. Check out the reviews, watch some trailers or whatever. Just find out what this game is. It's called Satisfactory.
Oh, Jesus.
But then I realized this isn't on Steam. It's on the Epic Game Store. And I open up the Epic Game Store and I go to the page and there's like nothing. There's no forums. There's no anything. And it's like, it's the first time that I had this realization of like, I'm just going to have to like get a magazine and like read about the game or something because there's nothing here. I couldn't even add it to a wish list.
Did you play Satisfactory?
Huh?
Did you play Satisfactory?
No, I didn't play it.
Okay.
I didn't get it yet, but it looks really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Really fucking fun, actually. Yeah. So fuck me. Fuck everything.
Fuck everything.
Damn it. The people are right. The masses are right. My sweat goes to. I was thinking about stuff that might be at E3. We have not heard about Neo 2 in a long time, and I wonder why. It's making me sad.
Well, I feel like Neo is still.
Yeah, but Neo 2 was announced at E3 last year.
Yeah.
And we've not heard a fucking peep since.
I know. I figured we probably wouldn't until the next E3, honestly. Like all they showed us last year was a logo.
There was some stuff in that.
Not really.
No, you're thinking of the 2 other Samurai games.
But whatever, man. Neo 2 is a great fucking game, and I really hope that
Neo
we hear
2.
something about it soon.
Oh, yeah.
Neo 2. And my hype goes for a game that Carlos hasn't shut up about being hyped about. And I finally set him down. I was like, dude, why the fuck are you so hyped about this game? It's Rebel Galaxy Outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all played some Rebel Galaxy.
Dude,
But
I played a shit ton of Rebel Galaxy. That game's fucking awesome.
Well, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw is not really like the first game.
Yep, it's different.
And I knew it was different. But I didn't really. I wonder, why am I not excited about this game? And I realized there's no gameplay trailers for this game. There's a cinematic trailer. They've released footage of people playing the game. And I skimmed through an hour of footage, and I'm like, wow, this does look fucking dope, and no one's talking about it. I don't even know when it comes out. I think it comes out on the Epic Game Store eventually, but it's now on my radar. I'm hyped about Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. I think it looks
Is it still
really great.
locked on the?
No, not at all, dude. It's like Elite Dangerous with a lot of fucking personality
And with content.
story. Yeah,
Not
well,
just-
yeah,
Not
yeah.
just mining
With stuff?
for
Yeah.
9 hours at a time.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Check out some of the footage that's out there.
Shit.
But it's funny, yeah. The developer he talks over footage, but he how
Is it
we
that
have ourselves
Travis
in the
Baldry
corner
guy?
real tiny. It's taking up a third of the screen, and I'm like, what are you doing? We're here to see the game, not a third of the screen be you. It's weird. Oh, there's a clip. Yeah, that's him in the corner. You could see it from here in that tiny little thumbnail. Why is he so large? Dude. Anyways.
All right, Nolan.
All right, my 4-player minute starts now. My hype is for Wander Song. It's on sale right now on the Steams, so I think I'm gonna pick that up.
It's good, dude.
I've
Play
heard a
with
lot of good
headphones.
things about me,
Good music.
which leads into my sweat. I am not playing too many 2019 games. I've been playing a lot of, and I'm hyped for Wander Song.
Stop playing that fucking
okay,
Binding of
man.
Isaac.
Wander Songs. I might
Just play
pick
some
that
more
up.
Crosscode.
We're only in the second quarter, man.
Might play some Crosscode.
We're nowhere near
3 months
the
from
fall.
now. We're only in the third quarter.
My hype is for E3. Just a lot of the stuff we talked about tonight got me pumped for a lot of the announcements that are going to happen. I'm ready to, if not play them, at least just hear about them, find out more, kind of get some release dates going, get those shadow drops on the Nintendo eShop. And then
This is actually good. You're going to be, since you're not actually going to the show
Oh,
this
yeah,
year,
I'm
you'll
gonna
be
immediately
on
download them.
hand, ready to download the shit out of that.
immediately. And then my hype goes for more Binding of Isaac. I guarantee you I'm going to be playing it in the next few days. I've been doing runs with characters I haven't beaten. I haven't done the positive or the devil run or anything like that with this character. Just trying it, getting some of that stuff going. Now that I have the Afterbirth DLC, I've been doing a lot of either running for Hush or something like that. Fucking love that game. Apparently I got Jaeger playing it. He started playing it now because he realized it's a fucking great game.
Could have been Slay the Spire, Jaeger, you dumbass.
Binding of Isaac is better than Slay the Spire.
Oh, no.
Fight
Okay,
me, Brad.
okay. 4-player
Fight
minute.
me.
Fight.
Four player
I played more
Fight,
Binding of
fight,
Isaac than
fight,
you have
fight.
played of Slay the Spire. To be fair.
Crispy.
All right.
Possibly.
My 4-player minute is Randy Pitchford edition. My hype is for whatever dumb thing Randy Pitchford does next. My sweat is that someone at Gearbox is finally going to wake the fuck up and take his fucking social media accounts away from him.
He's the CEO.
I know.
He does what he wants.
There's no one who can take his phone away from him. My thank you is
He's
to
like the
Randy
president.
Pitchford for having his fucking mental breakdowns in full view of the public. You fucking idiot. And my fuck you of the week goes to Randy Pitchford. You're a piece of shit.
Yes.
Damn, that was...
All accurate.
There we go.
That was rude.
There are so many bad and terrible people out there that we just don't make fun of because they are able to stay off social media.
Because they're not, like, complete dum-dums.
Yeah.
I wish one of them was... Never mind. My 4-player minute starts now. My fuck you of the week goes to me. Because instead... I actually... So Nolan and I are actually playing a game kind of in the background that we got a review code for. It's under embargo until next Monday.
Yep.
I mean, it obviously can't be that
And
great.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm fucking hooked on Days Gone, which is my hype. I'm fucking
hooked on Binding of Isaac.
Oh my god.
So this game can't be that great. Neither of y'all want to play it.
I mean,
how
I
that
do.
works,
I
man.
started it up, but like, I had to kind
Can't
of.
say.
We can't.
Can we not say what it is?
Oh.
Well, you can't now that... Well, I guess you can. You haven't given impressions.
Yeah.
Why can't y'all say what it is?
Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got.
We've been playing
a
Assassin's Creed
A
Ragnarok.
Plague Tale: Innocence. That the game with the rats.
The rat game.
I booted it up. We can't say anything about it. I'm just saying, like, I've been so fucking hooked on Days Gone. I can't really play anything. I had so many plans. I was gonna...
Brad, I can tell you the reason why I've been playing Binding of Isaac instead of Plague's Tale. If I play Plague's Tale, I have to sit down and focus, and like this is a story-driven game. And if I play Binding of Isaac, I can fucking just turn my brain off and just... Anytime I want to quit, I just exit out because the game saves every single room. So, I mean, that's why. Binding of Isaac, there's no commitment there.
Yeah, man, you're preaching to the choir. I get it.
I accidentally left Mortal Kombat here in his PlayStation after the podcast last week. Came back today, still in the PlayStation,
Oh, yeah.
because he's been playing Binding of Isaac.
The Mortal Kombat story mode? Lame.
Never going to play.
My sweat goes to E3
It's
because I'm still a little nervous, man. There's a lot of stuff to be excited about, but we always get excited about shit, and then we're always disappointed because there's inevitably going to be several things here that we'd like, oh, this has got to be the year, and it doesn't happen. But now we're one less first-party, company that's involved. Like, Sony is out. Mm-hmm. So we don't even know what they're doing. We assume they're doing something. They could choose to do nothing. You never know.
That's accurate.
So, like, I don't fucking know, man. I really hope E3 has... I think this E3 is scary, but it also maybe has the most potential to surprise me and be super exciting, so I'm hoping it's the latter. And my second hype this week is going to go to Rage 2, because that's coming out very soon, and that game looks fucking fun. I hope it is. I hope it's as fun as it looks.
It's going to be a rage.
It's going to be... as much as I'm loving Days Gone, it looks like the total opposite approach to the open world formula there, because like it is much faster paced. It looks like just crazy shit happening. It looks a lot like has a lot of the stuff that I loved about Mad Max, and it's made by Avalanche. So,
But that's funny you say that. But whatever.
wait, why?
No.
Why?
No.
You son of a bitch.
Because apparently Mad Max had some of the same flaws that Days Gone has, in that it's like
Days Gone.
exhaustive, repetitive, tedious stuff out in the world.
But I disagree with some of those things.
Oh,
Not all of them.
fight.
Anyways, that's
I wonder
neither
if
here
Rage
nor
2
there.
is going to have that.
I don't know. But it looks like it's an adrenaline fucking fueled ride. It looks like a lot of fun, and it looks super crazy. So very, very much looking forward to playing that, and it's coming out very soon. So I think that's it. That's our show tonight, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Join us again next week. Again, don't forget Tuesday. We're doing the podcast on Tuesdays for the month of May. So for the next 3 weeks, we'll be doing the show Tuesday nights around 7 p.m. Be here or be square. And that'll actually... that might...
I don't think that saying works, Nick. You can't say be here or be square.
Be there.
There and square
Be
rhyme.
there. Be there or be square.
Be here.
Wait, that doesn't sound right either.
Be there or be square is the saying.
Be here or we'll sacrifice a deer.
Here and dear.
That's the point. That's beyond the point. The point is, be here next Tuesday night for another episode of the show. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff. We'll be able to talk about A Plague's Tale, because we've been playing it. It'll be no longer under embargo, among other things. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. I hope you guys are as excited about E3 as we are, or worried about it. You never know. And we will see you guys next week. 4playernetwork.com is the website. Thank you for 600 episodes. right? I think everyone's.
Oh yeah,
I think
600
everyone's.
episodes.
I was
Woo!
like,
You're welcome, Nick. I didn't know what I was supposed to say to that.
Thanks for having us, Nick. No,
seriously, thank you guys for
thank you.
being here, sitting on this couch, producing this show every week for 600 episodes.
For 10 years.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for 10 years.
11 years, 600 episodes.
That goes to everyone on this couch. That goes to everyone out there listening. We appreciate your support. We love doing this.
12
and
years.
Here's to 50 more years.
We just like totally whiffed on that. I'm sorry.
You should be. You fucking should be. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week on Tuesday for another episode. Good night.
Bye.